Yes, let's go. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back to another episode of the Armchair. This time it's the second episode. It's not a second episode. It's the second watch
Second
along, lah.
watch along.
The second watch. Yeah, exactly. After trying it out, the first time we did it was, of course, the big Malaysia match. During that time, we had a comment from one of our viewers saying, I should try it out for the Super League, lah. So say, hey, why not? Good idea. Good idea. So yeah, for this time around, we've decided to tune in to the big Selangor versus Sabah match. So Avi and I are going to try and give whatever, I don't know. Is it analysis? Can we call it analysis?
Sane analysis, sane
Yeah.
reactions,
Okay
can be
lah.
civil,
Try
which
to
I
be
can't guarantee, but yeah, we'll try my best.
this will be the most biased commentary you can find in Malaysia,
Obviously,
lah.
because we're going to have a Sabah fan here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a good time to be a Sabah fan, so I'm going to enjoy it, lah. Of course, at the same time, there is also a JDT versus PJ City, another very interesting match. But we put the decision to you guys, lah. We asked our followers on Twitter which match should we follow. Hold on, my light has just fallen down.
Ayo,
Okay, so anyways,
is that a sign that
I know maybe we should have watched JDT. Yeah, but we put it to the vote, and it was close, but more of our viewers wanted us to watch this match, lah. So we obliged, and I have a feeling this is going to be pretty fun, lah. What do you think about the encounter?
yeah, it's going to be fun because Sabah at the moment they're on. Form wise they're pretty strong. They're taking it game by game, and even with that form, Coach Hong Kim Si decided to bring in the changes. So he's replaced Neto Pessoa with Jose Mbolo, who is a Guinea-Bissau international, a Portuguese guy, and also Farhan Oslan from Kelantan. So that is pretty interesting. He has enhanced the squad, I would say. As for Selangor, I think this game they will want to go all out after losing to JDT 5-1, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a fascinating encounter, like you asked me. I hope it's going to be end to end. That's my hope.
Now you brought up Sabah's new signings. I think that's a good time to go into our lineups. I mean, your
Lineups.
overall thoughts about Selangor's lineup? Strong.
They have kept the lineup that played against JDT, except for Samuel Somerville and Hury is back. So they have
Hmm.
made two changes to the squad. Somerville is playing because we knew what happened last week when Selangor played against JDT. Yan didn't have a good game, so it wasn't. I think the coach decided that he needs a break to uh, assess his performance, his mood, his confidence, and everything. And I'm happy that Somerville has now got his start with Selangor because they signed him for a reason. They signed him to fight for the top spot, and now he's finally got it in. I hope he performs well today, lah. That's my hope.
Hmm.
Looks a pretty strong squad. Safwan as the CDM, and then Alex Akiako also as the defensive midfielder, Mukairi with the creative role, Brandon also up front together in Mukairi. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how they function against Sabah. And we know Coach Angkumsi, if you ask me, when it comes to games, he arranges games according to tactics. So it'll be interesting to see how Sabah plays today.
So, what do you think of that decision really to drop the keeper? I mean, we all know he had
Hmm.
a quite difficult game, but do you
Hmm.
think that kind of puts a bit more pressure on him because once he makes like a few mistakes, he gets dropped? What do you think?
The coach has to be responsible for it. He has to know how to manage the situation, and the player has to know why he has been dropped. Simple as that.
Hmm.
And knowing Yan, he should take this as an impetus to bounce back to be a better goalkeeper because he's only 33 years old. So keepers usually that is their peak age. So just because of one-off game, that doesn't mean we must crucify him for a lifetime. This is his
Hmm.
opportunity to see what he can do, see what he can learn, and so on. And I hope he will come back stronger. But Sam will take this opportunity to tell Coach Michael, look, I am going to be the number one, and I'm going to hold on to this position. So it will be good for Selangor because they have this headache where which keeper do I select. Both these keepers have played for the national team, so it's a beautiful headache to have if you ask me.
Yeah, fair point, fair point. With 10 minutes to go, let's check out Sabah. Oh my god, my light
Ah,
practically fell down.
that's excitement, I guess. The
I
second
guess
time the
so. I
light fell
guess
down, I guess that's a sign, huh?
I guess so lah. I guess so. Okay, so forget the falling tower of light. Right. So, what do you think about Sabah's lineup?
Okay, looking at this lineup, Amri is playing. Wow, okay, that's good. So I guess
Isn't
he's the
it? Yeah.
number nine. He's the number nine. Batul would be playing in an advanced role. The ones who would be doing the dirty job would be Gary Stephen Robert and Stuart Wilkin. We have Sadil as one of the attackers as well. Sadil and Taiki will be the wingers if you ask me. Unless
Mm,
Coach Kimchi tells them, look, you play the free role, do
mm,
whatever you want, just move around. It's similar to when Pep took over Barcelona, using Barcelona's analogy now. Because I went through I read this interview with Pep when he says that, my system, when you're building up the play, you must stay in your position. But when you're in that final third, I've given you the creative freedom to move around. So I believe that is the case with Sabah today. Lah.
mm,
Jackson, Park, and Rabilson will be the three centre backs. If you ask me, I think he's going to play 3-5-2 today. Lah. So he's going to lock the midfield. That means he's going to stifle the likes of Mukairi, even Alex
mm,
Agiaka and all that. So I think that would be the plan. Lah. So if you ask me, Sabah will be pragmatic today. They will allow Selangor to play, and they
mm.
will try to capitalize on counters and so on. Lah. So yeah, it
All
will be
right.
an interesting matchup. Lah. But for me personally, I want an end-to-end game. Lah. What about you,
Yeah, yeah.
Logan? How I mean, Sabah's lineup. What do you have to say about it?
I mean, I kind of understand why the new signing is on the bench, right?
Hmm.
So I mean, it might be difficult to start him straight away. You don't want to throw him into the fire. Kind of,
Hmm.
let's see how the game progresses. If you're behind, maybe he can make immediate impact. If you're ahead or the game's kind of tight, maybe he can get all 3 points for you. So we have to see
Both the
how
new
it
signings,
goes.
they're on the
Yeah.
bench. Farhan
Mm-hmm.
and Bolo.
So I think it's a good shout
Hmm.
because I feel sometimes I mean the mental game, at least when we talk to all our guests, you really realize that the mental game is really important in football. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think it's okay lah. At least we can maybe hope for the start in the next game lah. But before
Hmm.
that, we already have a question from one of our viewers. Did Sabah really have intention to loan Akyar and bring in Junior?
From what I know, interest was there. I mean, come on, Junior Elstal Akia, who wouldn't be interested in the Super League? So it
Yeah.
wasn't just Sabah. Many other clubs were keen to sign these two players. They realized that, maybe there's an opportunity that we can loan these two. Lah. Junior, as I was told, he is supposed to sign for JDT, but I do not know why there are no updates yet. Maybe he's going to sign for them and then be loaned to another club, don't know where.
Mm.
Akia, I guess he's going to stay on. I think he wants to fight for a spot in JDT, but never know because it's interesting. The transfer window closed on Friday. Teams made the announcement on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and it goes on and on. So maybe they would have registered it earlier, but they didn't announce it. I mean, they wanted it. They wanted to register the players early and then announce it
Mm.
later. So maybe JDT would spring a surprise or two, lah. But yesterday, TMJ had a session with the fans, and he said that they have signed Daniel Ting and
Right.
also Jordi Ahmad, the player who once played for Swansea. So those two are there already, and then Dion Cools apparently could join next year.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
you would have read that update, and they're looking for a South American playmaker to be a backup for Leandro Velasquez. So they're already planning for 2023 lah, at the moment.
But okay, if you're bringing
Hmm.
in all these new names,
Hmm.
there could be ostensibly a bit more space for the people that Sharhan mentioned. Lah. I mean,
Hmm.
maybe they could be heading out. Does that make sense?
That's the thing. Yesterday people were talking about why Dion Cools and Jordi Ahmad are joining JDT. As much as we want to see them play overseas, challenge themselves overseas, the decision lies with the player himself. If he
Mm.
decides to play for JDT, that is up to him. If he wants to go there, knowing that he has to compete for a spot, he has to be up for it. So I guess the same goes to Junior and Akia. They are joining JDT because I guess they want to challenge, they want to compete, and they were. I mean, JDT has got everything, lah. Suffice to say,
Mm.
the facilities and everything. So players are keen to be part of that, and I'm sure their peers would have told them about JDT's, you know, way of management and so on. So I think that is something that we can't avoid as much as. I mean, as a fan, I wish that players would go out and test themselves and so on. But if the player wants to go to JDT, it is their choice. We can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take at the moment now with this transformers and so on. Oh, Naganku is going on. I forgot. Logan, I wanted to ask you, what's your take on this blue Sabah's blue jersey? I like it.
I like it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I like the jersey. I prefer the crash one lah.
Oh, gosh, was good. Gosh, is
Ah, the
good.
black crash one. Oh my goodness. No, I wanted to buy it and then it was sold out. I should have asked Scott to
Yeah,
get
you
me
should
one
have
for
asked
free,
Scott.
man.
Aiyo.
Isn't it? What the
But
heck, wrong?
according to the graphics here that is being shown on YouTube, he
Hmm.
somehow playing 4-3-3, but I believe that is not going to be the case.
Yeah, and
It will be fluid, lah.
they're saying Sabah is 3-4-3.
Let's see how the.
Yeah. I mean, with these three center backs thing, it's always very fluid, as you say, lah. You know.
Hey, where is Tommy Mawad? Is he suspended or what?
Oh, I have no idea.
Wait, let me check whether he's. Oh, he's in the substitutes bench. Alamak. He should have started because he had a really good game the last time around when they played Paha. Nice to see Brandon Gunn getting his third straight game. It's a good
Yeah,
sign.
yeah, exactly.
Good sign for the play and good sign for Harimau Malaya as well. Last week against Johor, I mean, he suffered the ignominy of losing 5-1, but still he had 90 minutes in his bag and he showed lots of effort. So in that sense, that is very encouraging. I have a strong feeling he would be called up for the September
Mm.
national team squad. I have a feeling.
I think we'll all be really glad for him. Lah.
Glad that he comes back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both of us have spoken to Brandon before. You
Mm,
know, in my former life, I used to talk to him as well. But I think we'd really love to see him back. Like he's quite an inspiration, and you
exactly.
know how they say sometimes you put things out into the universe, they come true. So hopefully, Brandon, you will come on the show.
That's what we hope for as well.
It'd be really nice to have like a long chat with him. Like, he's a real hero in many ways.
Real
But today I'll be
heroes.
cheering against him. Lah.
I'll be a neutral. I'll be in the middle.
Yeah, you will be now. Lah. I mean, so okay, since we are nearing kickoff, I'm seeing the huddle now.
I'm
So
seeing the huddle as well.
okay,
Selangor's huddle, right?
I'm at Sabah's huddle.
Ayyo.
Maybe they show different huddles depending on where you are. Since you're in
No,
Selangor,
now
maybe.
only I'm seeing the Sabah huddle. So your stream
Oh,
is faster than mine.
okay,
Oh,
a bit
Jesus
faster lah.
Christ.
Okay, never mind. So what are your score predictions?
No. I'm supposed to ask you. What's your score prediction? Because this
Oh, I'm
involves
supposed.
your team, huh?
Uh, I'm always a pessimist, so I'm just going to go for a 1-1 lah.
1-1.
1-1. I mean, a 1-1 draw away is not that bad.
So valuable away point would be
Hmm.
your preference, lah. Okay. Okay. For me, I believe it's going to be a draw as well, but I'm praying for a high scoring game.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Yeah. That would be fun for the fans, but not fun for the keeper and the defenses. I like this Sabah kid. I might get it, even though I don't. I mean,
Might as well. Might as well. Why not? I mean, you don't get great Sabah teams a lot.
not really in the past. So there were a few great Sabah teams. I saw more. I mean, in the stands, some people wearing those Adidas Sabah
Hmm.
jerseys. Remember the replica? I mean, the old, the ancient ones. My God.
Yes, yes, yes.
Nostalgia, I know.
Those are classics. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, so we are off. Sabah gets us kicked off.
Gee, you're ahead of me by a few seconds now.
Few seconds only lah. I'm not gonna
No,
spoil it. Don't worry.
gee, you're going to spoil it for me, for sure.
No, lah.
But
I
it's
won't lah.
okay. You deserve to spoil it because you're a Sabah fan.
Yeah, that's one thing. And also the last trip, you were like a few minutes ahead of me. Oh my goodness.
Oh your goodness, why what happened? Oh, okay, okay, nothing happened here.
Nothing happened. Oh my god, he was like there was 2-on-1, man. Oh yo.
Okay, it's happening. I think Kayan should have just taken the shot.
Yeah. Wait, is he on?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to
Just
wait for
just
the.
yeah. Oh yo. Okay, okay.
I have to wait. I'm waiting for the replay.
Okay, what second are you at now?
Wait one moment. I don't see the second. I think MFL is having issues like us, so we can't put the timer on the side.
Really? Okay.
Wait, I think I'm just waiting for the timing here.
Okay.
56 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm at 112, so yes, I'm significantly faster.
Hey, G, it's on. I'm putting it on my television. It's so slow.
Hey, but you're not watching on YouTube, ah?
No,
Or
no.
YouTube on?
I mean YouTube TV.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is it slower? Oh. Oh wow. Amri, stat down, man.
All right,
Because
guys,
the
come
guy
on.
who tried to challenge him is a 22-year-old.
Fountain of youth, lah.
Look what he does. Fella falls and he looks at the player and he laughs. Amri, I am legend.
All right, get it forward, get it forward.
Rizal Ghazali. Remember what Scott said that day?
That Marcelo guy is really good, lah. I mean, the guy who looks like Marcelo. Come on, man! What are you doing?
Sharon Nazim.
Yeah.
So he.
Oh my god, that is just
Wait,
disastrous defending.
Wait.
Okay. No, you that
Jackson,
is just the
no.
worst, man. Oh,
Oh my god. You know what? I interviewed Jackson yesterday. That was he should have done better with the interception. Just press right arrow button to skip to the latest.
How do the two of you miss both the tackles? Oh my god, lah.
So that is Kayan's 11th goal of the season out of 7 or 8 games. Who was the one who made the pass? Agyarkwa, that number 24. You know what? You see here, the defender already made the mistake. Look who is tracking back from middle of the park. Gary Steven Robert.
Yeah.
If I was Quimsy right now, I would be questioning the other defenders why you're not showing enough intensity to block that shot.
Really? You all want to watch JDT instead?
No. We continue with this.
Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. Yeah. I mean, okay, how familiar are they with this back three thing?
Who?
I mean, Sabah.
They have been playing back three since the start of the season. No, G, that one I think it's an error. That's it.
No, okay, error is one thing, but you've got 2 1-on-1 chances within the first what? 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
I think you know why, because they are very high. If you sense
they are high.
Now Jackson is staying at the back. Being the last man. Whereas Tesu and Wilson, they're a bit on top. So I guess the high line has caught them off guard now, I believe. I believe now Gary will be deeper instead of advanced.
You know what's scary? Gary even runs like Benny.
No, gee, do you know both of them play the same style? Yes,
exactly. I know. It's weird, right?
No. It's not weird.
No, I
When
mean
they
we.
took the photo together, I started laughing. And then when I saw
Yeah.
Benny playing, especially futsal, the way his hands do
Right.
them,
Right. Right.
same,
Right.
exactly the same. That Babu is not here.
Shield the ball. L2. L2. No, sorry, it's in FIFA. Okay. Okay, that has to be a red. No, it's not a red card, but no, I mean we had two. We had one set of twins last week with Scott and Alan Shearer. It's very eerie to see another set of twins.
Twins, Abuji.
Benny and Gary.
Ah.
I mean, I always knew they
Oh, last
looked
week was
alike.
Alan Shearer and Scott Lawrence. This week
Yeah,
it's Benny and Gary Steven.
yeah.
You know what? I'm happy for Gary Steven Robert because he has gone through
Yes,
lots of injuries and now he's getting game time. And he looks solid now. That's very important. A solid Gary would lead to lots of successes, I believe. Okay, yeah. Logan, you can say it out loud, no problem. Sham.
we have a no curse policy on this thing. So it's, well, they were miles offside. So
It was offside.
it was offside, but I mean,
But the
you
chance will
wanted
come
a
again. But that
sorry.
delivery was good.
No, it was good.
Or
Yeah,
two
yeah.
of them were off. I mean, give them some slack. They're centre backs.
Are they? I'm not sure. After this high lines, okay, no, okay, no, that's good work. That's good work. Yeah, good pace.
Pass.
It's
Ooh,
going to be
good covering.
physical, lah.
Yeah, it's going to be physical for sure.
Hmm. And
That's
that's on the.
Wilson Batuel, right?
Well, not on my screen now, lah. But yes, it was.
It was
It
Wilson.
was.
That is why I like Wilson Batuel because he's aggressive. He doesn't give a damn. He has that kind
Hmm.
of approach to his game. But it's the focus that he needs to work on. Lah. He's 20 yet. So right now it's now or never for him like, in terms of hitting his peak.
It's really, I feel a bit tough to kind of pick out who is the best of the rest of. I mean, after JDT, because the simple fact of COVID and how it's kind of changed all the match days. Huh? You got some who have played 10 matches. Some played 7. Some played 8. Some
Yeah,
can't even.
exactly. I mean, the
Yeah.
fixtures have been very lopsided. I mean, thank God MFL actually said no more delays. Even there are
Yeah.
cases, you have to go on. Because imagine, Terengganu, they had to miss like 2 months when other teams were already playing. Pity them.
Yeah. Exactly.
They literally had like what 4 months of pre-season. Which country on earth would be doing that? I think it was 4 months. Ago.
I mean, it's a question of mentality now, lah.
How
I mean, you
they
can argue Sabah haven't been behind that
dangerous.
much. Yeah. I mean, okay, yeah, dangerous is one,
I
but.
mean, they weren't dangerous, but in terms of build-ups and all that, they look good. Lah.
Mm.
And the fact
And
that a
then
41-year-old is trying to, kickstart attacks and so on says a lot. Lah. No, seriously, I mean, the guy, I don't know
Hmm.
what it takes to
Yeah, it's
go on.
crazy.
They give the fall to Sabah.
Hmm. Bit strange, that one, but okay.
Yeah, I know it's all.
Not going to complain unless they score from a counter attack.
But Sabah actually have not considered any falls. So Sabah has considered 5. Wow. In like what? 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah.
Logan, what's that number 24? Selangor? He's a very good player. I've been very impressed.
So, what? Yes.
What's number 24? As the game progresses.
Yeah, yeah. It was his ball that unlocked the goal, right? I think unlocked the back three. Yeah, DC. Ah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
get the feeling. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Should have just taken a step piece into it. I was taking a shot. It was a tough angle to be fair.
Wait, just now, who gave the killer pass? Was it?
Akyakwa, number 24.
Okay, so like, I'm very sorry. I'm struggling to pronounce his names.
Alex Agyarkwa.
Okay, Agyarkwa. Okay.
He is from Ghana. Hey, to those watching the watch along, if you have any questions about the game, please do ask. We'll try to
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
If you have questions about transfer pun boleh tanya. I'll try my best to answer. Apa pun yang tanya boleh tanya lah. Tak ada masalah.
Got questions about anything, lah? I mean, let's just talk about it, lah.
Wait, why are they is he gonna give a cut to Amri?
For what? For
No,
oh,
you don't touch the
oh,
legend. Oh, yo.
yeah. Target practice, lah. Nothing, lah. It wasn't very good target practice. He missed the goal. So.
Okay, like it was a foul. To be fair.
At what point do you think Sabah introduces the new signings if it stays this
Second
way?
half. Second half.
Second half. All right.
Second half.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wait, what second? I mean, what minute are you in?
I am in 11:57.
I'm at 11:45. Oh, what a save though!
Again, it's him, right?
Oh, Jackson. Again, I mean the pass.
Yeah, yeah.
See the play again. No, Yuri.
Oh, this
The
time it's
winger.
Yuri. Okay.
Yuri Enrique. Thank God, Carol Fami was able to save that because number one, he was out of his goal line.
Yeah, yeah.
Dangerous.
I mean, the high line is okay. It's interesting, but in terms of building up attacks and all, but
No, I
we're
get
getting.
worried with. I mean, defensively highlight. Yeah, it is dangerous because I think Selangor. They are relying on, the through passes and PC
Hmm.
players and all that. Fury is fast, so I think they will capitalize on that. But then surprisingly, he was the one who gave that break pass, and Brandon, as usual, with his commitment, went forward.
The problem is that it seems like Selangor have kind of scouted the high line and they know exactly how to
Exactly
play
what
it.
to do.
Ah,
But yeah, they have to be careful of the offside
hmm.
traps as well. I'm a little delayed, so
Yeah,
apologies
yeah,
for that.
yeah. Look, Amri is trying his best. Lah. It's a thankless task leading that line at the moment.
Mm. Hi, good evening, Joshua.
Good
How are
evening, man.
you? The fact that a 41-year-old is now torturing a 25-year-old, 26-year-old Jordan international,
Torturing. Are you sure? Come on, lah. Really?
huh? Not really, lah. I mean,
Not
just
really, lah.
I'm being a little overzealous at the moment. Whatever I'm saying. Still,
If there's anyone being tortured now, it's that Sabah backline, if you ask me.
you are right. Benny runs like that.
Yeah, Benny runs exactly like that.
Samba skills are out.
Mm.
Gives to young phenom. Cross. That should have been in.
Look, with 15 minutes gone, Selangor should at least be 2 goals ahead, lah.
Tiga.
Easily, easily.
Remember the first
So
chance?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So really, something needs to change.
Hey, if there are any Selangor fans on the show, I just want to know your thoughts, lah. Because after the 5-1 defeat, everybody have been condemning Coach Michael Faxton by now. I just want to know your thoughts on that. Do you think he should go, and is it too early to say that he's not fit for the job and all that? Because I yesterday in Bola, I mean in India Bola, they started talking about Selangor, and I mentioned that I think Michael will stay on till end of the year lah. Whereas they say that he hasn't met the KPI and so on, but it's still early days. But I want to know what Selangor fans feel about it lah. Whether he should stay on or not, whether they've seen any difference with the way they have played. For me, in terms of difference, I see lots of young players in the team lah. Getting starts and so on. You can see players like Alex Agiakwa, Sharon Nazim, Kairi Ajmal, Zikri Karli comes in second half. Then, okay. So yeah, share your thoughts.
No, so I mean, I'm sorry I missed it yesterday. What is KPI? What's their KPI?
Key perform. Oh, you mean what is it, the
No, I mean,
KPI?
yeah, what's his KPI? I know what's KPI.
The KPI is get to Asia. I mean, it's still. I
Ah,
mean, they've only played seven. No, today is the eighth game, I believe.
yeah.
Maybe double check. So I don't know lah. Sometimes I thought lah. Let's just wait and see lah. But I feel that he won't be let go anytime soon lah.
Mhm. You sometimes wonder because a lot of our guests have said that with foreign players, the what do you call, there's less chances for them lah. They have to excel quickly and rapidly, right? They want
Foreign
results
players,
very
foreign
quickly.
coaches, and so on.
Yeah, exactly. So
They want
coaches as
quick
well lah.
results.
Mm.
Actually, even players also. I feel pity for Neto. I mean, he came to a new country.
Mm.
And obviously, when you come to a new country, you need some time to adapt. But he did come in and score 2-3 goals. And then some games he missed because of injury.
Mm.
But still, I think coaches want immediate results, I believe. So I feel pity for them actually in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's the nature of the game here in Malaysia, lah. Like I said, a lot of things need to improve. But if this is how it's going to be, it is what it is, lah. We can't do anything about it
Mm.
because we are not managing the club. We are not
Right,
setting
right,
rules
right.
and so on. So, yeah,
And I mean, there's a lot of like behind the scenes things that we will never know lah.
we
We
will
never
never
know.
know.
We never
Even
know
if we
players
know,
train.
even
Yeah,
if we know, we can't share those details. They say not
yeah,
in
yeah,
club
yeah.
and so on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's part of the game. As
Mm.
long as got a free kick, looks like a promising
Mm.
position.
And I just must say to give context a bit, not saying that we know something about Neto's departure like behind the scenes, just generally speaking, right?
Generally speaking, honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. A lot of times, what happens with squads behind the scenes, how they train, we never really know.
We
So
never really know.
I suppose all these things play a part, lah. But anyway, good luck to the guy.
Most probably he would find a club in Brazil.
Mm,
He
mm.
gets games and so on.
Yeah, and you're right.
Like
He was a good player.
That's good. Jackson came in as impressed. I mean,
Mm.
apart from the goal today, but before that, but before that he has been playing well. So yeah,
Mm.
Sabah have recruited well. It's just that I think right now the way Kim Sui have, formed a squad, the
Mm.
emphasis would be stability. So I guess that is there.
Yeah, and I suppose that's one thing, lah. In a way, maybe Sabah are peaking too quickly, so the expectations suddenly have gone up. You know, they are like
But the
second, third kind of thing.
expectations weren't set by the club because, to my knowledge, like even
Mm.
Scott said that they're not going to take it game by game.
Yeah.
Let's not get too overzealous and so on. So yeah, I mean it's a process lah. But in Malaysian football, when you say trust the process, people are like, it should happen in 1-2 years. They can do
Mm. So Joshua said, "No longevity here. It is bad for the game, but what do I know? I support the worst run club in the country."
Can I know what club is that? Are you going to say Pera? I mean, in Pera, now things are changing. It looks good. The management, they know what they need to do, and
Mm.
they got their first win. and that's good for club overall. And at the moment right now, they're only thinking about staying in the league. Joshua says,
Yep, it is Pera.
wait. No, not things are better, Joshua. Under XOX, they have settled most of the dues, and I was told that other players who haven't actually reported, they are going to help them as well. So those who the players who have left the club, lah. So yeah, things are going well, and Yusri got his first win. The imports are looking good actually. I like Sandy Afolabi and Luciano Goikekcha. So the goal he scored that day was really good. So yeah, I mean things are going to be okay, bro. Don't worry. Saya pun orang Perak, orang penyokong Perak.
There's no way but up for that team. Lah.
No way, but yeah.
Yeah. I think there are a few injuries here.
I see one at the moment.
Yeah, well, sadly, Gary seems to have injured his back.
Oh
Why does
crap!
that sound
Is it his
familiar?
back
Okay.
or his hamstring?
No, not sure because he was clutching his back or his glutes just now. There's also a head injury, I think,
I
for one
should
of the
not be
Selangor
laughing.
players.
Oh, okay. Gary
Yeah,
had an awkward fall.
yeah. Oh, again, Benny and his back. Lah. Sorry,
I
inside
shouldn't
joke.
be laughing. It's an inside joke. Yeah. Hey,
Okay,
Steven said something about
yeah,
Selangor.
moving swiftly on. Yeah, fans need to do a lot of soul searching. Where the team stands today, have to come to terms most of it has nothing to do with its past glory. Tough, but has to be done. I'm not sure he's talking about Man United or Selangor, but it's a good point.
Actually, to be fair, Selangor fans are like United fans now. Seriously, really.
Okay.
Be- okay, I know Logan is not going to like what I say, lah. But I just want to share this, lah. Why
Yeah.
there's a lot of despondent messages or fall-on
Mm,
faces among these the Selangor fans is because their assumption is Selangor has got a big budget. Okay, they have a big budget, they can spend money and they can do lots of stuff. But what the Selangor management, I'm not trying to justify what the Selangor management is doing, but their plan is to make the club commercially strong, number one.
mm,
And number two, they want to give a chance to young players to come up and all that, which they are doing.
mm,
So, I mean, the coach has said, give the so-called German process or the leadership that was taken by Michael Verstappen started 2 years ago. So, people say the results must come out now. But then you have to understand there was also COVID, and when COVID struck, a lot of teams were affected except for GDT. Lah. GDT somehow grew stronger and they were able to continue their successes with the facilities and infra that they had.
mm,
So in Selangor's case, they are trying to do something. It's just that people want instant success, immediate success. And even for Pera also, when Pera got relegated, we couldn't accept the fact that they were relegated. But now we have, told ourselves that look, if the club has to grow steadily, like if they need 4 to 5 years to, become Malaysia Cup champions again or what, by all means, please do so. Football is a process. Nothing is immediate unless you have the resources in Manila. So in Selangor's case, they have got a big budget, but they are trying to manage it well. That is the case,
mm.
lah.
I think no context needed here. So thoughts about Peras jersey?
Can't argue because XOX owns Cheetah. That's why.
Yeah, well, all right. Okay.
Yeah, even the Lotto jersey was quite underwhelming. I wasn't really happy.
Mm.
But you know what? Sabah's jerseys this season have been quite dope, lah. Really, really nice.
Scott, if you're watching, I would love a free crash jersey. Oh, that's a good tackle. Come on, come on.
Jay, what minute you're in?
24-41, but don't worry. Yeah, didn't come to anything. But it's okay. Look, their heads haven't dropped. There haven't been any more one-on-ones. Always look on the bright side of life.
Oh, also, Amri is facing his former club.
Oh
I
yes.
forgot to mention that point. Just remembered.
When he scored against Man United, he was playing for Selangor, right? Was he? Or was it someone else?
When he scored against what year was that? Huh?
Oh, I cannot remember for the life of me. The days where big teams used to come to Malaysia. So quite a long time ago.
Mantap. Saya pun tak tahu nak cakap apa. Speechless. Okay, let me check on.
What on earth is? Oh my god! Some of these guys' decision making. The lesser, the better. Lah. Oh my goodness.
Okay, Logan. I
Yes,
think we should put this up as a topic of conversation, lah. Because Sadil, whenever you watch Sabah play, you always how to say you have some opinion about Sadil lah and
strong
decision making.
opinions.
Strong opinion, actually. So I think this time we should ask the fans what do they think about Sadil Ramdhani.
Yeah,
But first let Logan talk about Sadil lah. Your thoughts about Sadil, Logan?
no, okay. Again, you don't want to come on here and start bashing anyone. Like it's just I think you can see it like he's got a lot of skill, a lot of talent. Just sometimes the decision making, you're like, why would you do that? You know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I mean, or maybe sometimes okay, like how United fans used to pick on Martial a lot, right? Sometimes when you already have it out for that player, you start noticing the mistakes a lot more. So I don't know, because there have been times where he's been brilliant. There have been
Hmm.
times when he's been, not so brilliant. But so I don't know. I don't know. It
I want to know what
just
the fans think actually.
yeah. Of course, I'm kind of mincing my words here, lah. But to me, he can do a bit, but just a bit, but tweak a bit of the decision making and maybe looking more for like a killer pass kind of thing, like some of the
Because
crosses have not
remember
been.
when we were doing our first 11 of the week,
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of fans actually asked, Kenapa Tade Sadil, Kenapa Tade Sadil? No, but I didn't answer them. But
Mm.
I think now we can actually say that look, he may score pile drivers, he may score good free kicks and so on.
Mm. Well, that's lucky to be a yellow, I suppose.
It's a professional foul.
Yeah. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Yeah.
Jackson is struggling a little today,
Yes, yes,
not
yes.
his usual self.
Wish.
Speaking about Sadil, why we didn't put him is because number one, we look at overall gameplay, the 90 minutes how the player has played, the impact that he has made. It's not just about the goals and assists; it's also how he has contributed towards maintaining the tempo, the stability, and everything.
Mm.
Brendan missed the chance.
You have not seen the chance. Wait.
Let me see the chance first. They were sleeping literally.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Only Gary made the move and he couldn't even intercept that. Oh, you. I'm telling you, halftime is going to be haywire. lah.
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
they're going to see bottles being thrown
Yeah,
around,
yeah, 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 yeah.
abuses hurled. And so, because Sabah have not been disciplined in the first half, that is my take.
No, you are right, 100%.
But then we're just almost 30 minutes to the game, so another 15 minutes left. Football at the end of the day is a game of faces. lah.
No, it's a oh you. The problem is they just do not look sharp enough at all.
Who
Really.
took the free kick just now?
I'm not sure. Actually, can I just make one big complaint about
Yeah, yeah.
the broadcaster? I
Okay.
keep noticing this, they keep putting the replay when the game is live, and then you miss half of the chances. Another chance, whether.
You know what? I think Karol Fami is really mad right now. His
Yeah,
defense, just the defense sleeping.
Whatever
Oh,
it is, whether they've played the back three before or not, something needs to change, lah.
something needs to be tweaked actually.
Yeah,
Maybe it's time they need to bring in Tommy Mawat
yeah, yeah.
because
Mm. Okay, just hold
actually
on.
no
This
both.
is what I'm talking about, right? So this guy runs through like two, three players. Sadil runs through two, three players. Easy. So I mean, he's good, but that's the thing, lah. It's he reminds me a bit of like Nani for us. Like
Maji, this one he got a free kick, so can't blame him.
no, no, can't blame. No, it was fantastic. That's my point. Like he was so good. Like like running through all
You
these
mean there are
players.
glimpses of his brilliance, like it's
Exactly,
just that it's not
exactly.
consistent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't even need. We can't expect like 80%. Think like that move,
Hmm.
that dribble he just did was fantastic, or
Hmm.
wonderful. But yeah, lah, at the same time, you're hoping the finished product is a bit more consistent, lah. That's why I said a bit like Nani, lah. That is the difference between Nani and Ronaldo.
And
Like
Ronaldo.
yeah. So maybe during halftime we'll talk about of course we'll go over the first half, but maybe we'll talk
Hmm.
about Arsenal signings as well. Since we can only
Yes.
talk about Arsenal signings, not really much else.
Hey, you guys are signing Frankie de Jong,
Yeah, yeah. It's really sad when you're getting like pity
Talking
stuff
about
from
United
yeah,
signings, I wish Benny was in today's show.
yeah,
It
yeah,
would
yeah.
have been something else the way
Yeah. Stay tuned for the worst free kick I've ever seen.
That's why Gary made the tackle. Is like,
Yeah.
idiots. What kind of free kick you took? I took.
Oh,
I
there's
just thought this
already
player.
a sub.
Sabah.
Yeah. Oh no, I think Gary has injured himself. Gary Steven Robert coming off just after getting booked for Dominic
G
Tan.
means they are adding more presence at the back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's changed it. No, look, let's be very honest. They are very lucky to be just down one. It should at least have been two or three.
I hope it's
No,
not
but
that
he's clutching
rotating.
his groin, right?
Yeah.
So it may be like just the worst luck, lah, honestly. He's just starting to get a bit few run. I mean, a little run of games. So.
I hope it's not serious.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fact that he knew he's going at a twig, why he made that tackle? That's also decision making,
Commitment,
because at
lah.
the end of the day, body is your body is your temple.
But
As
I would
much as you want to show
argue,
passion and all that, still you have to take care of it. But at that point of time, I think he needed to make the
yeah,
tackle because there
yeah,
was a break.
yeah. It's a split second thing. Terrible tackle this one. Yeah.
Starts up, right?
No, 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 no.
I believe they won't show the replay.
No, they'll show the replay, but miss a lot of other things.
Oh, they're showing it, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maafkan saya MFL. Gee, actually, no, the tackle was fine. It's not starts up. It looked like starts
Yeah,
up.
it looked like studs up. You're right.
The Japanese Bebatov.
Berbatov never covered anything when he went.
It's odd, A lot of people have actually asked me why you rate Taiki Kagayama highly. Really?
Hmm.
Apa yang dia, people are like, no, apa yang dia buat? Apa yang so
Hmm.
special about him? Then I tell them, Bola Sipai ni bukan saja pasal goal, pasal assist. Ada benda lain juga yang kena tengok.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now people are beginning to understand the role of a CDM. I'm happy that Shami is getting lots of credit for his performances in the national jersey. Finally, last few years ago they would have criticized him. Kenapa dia pass sideways lah? Kenapa dia tak bagi forward passes lah?
No, but as football develops more, as in the style of play, as we play on the ground more, as we play more passing football, the role of a CDM becomes more and more defined. Because if you're
Defined,
just
exactly.
lumping the ball to a big guy on top, the CDM doesn't matter,
Doesn't
because
matter.
it doesn't matter. So it shows that our football is probably changing as well, the way we play. So, and that's across the league and in the national team.
Actually, I'm a bit surprised why Dominic didn't start the game.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hmm?
Now it may have been a tactical thing, but regardless, it has not paid off lah so much. I
Like
don't
I
know, for
said,
me,
it's a
trying
bit.
out for Brazil's keeper, like Edison and Allison kind of thing, sweeper keeper.
Hey, he did well.
Yeah, he did well. Yeah.
He did well. Ref, come on, ref. Hey, the ref said he got the ball.
I'm gonna have to see that again.
I hope Akerko is well because he's clutching his foot quite badly. Don't know why.
Oh, he's not happy. I'll tell you that.
Oh my god. They have to really control him.
Yeah. I mean, it was a foul, lah. It was a foul for sure.
Oh, that's a bit. I mean, it's not a crunching challenge, but the charge is not real.
Yeah,
Once
yeah. It's a
it's not
shoulder check.
settled,
Or
it's a
whatever.
shock. A shoulder check.
Yeah, yeah.
Park, park.
If I'm a Selangor fan, I guess I got like kind of mixed feelings because at this point it's good to be up, deservedly up, but should have been. Oh my god! Okay, these guys need to calm down. Seriously, some of the tackles have been ridiculous. Like.
Oh my god.
No, in isolation, the tackles may not be that bad. The problem is that when you do them one after another, you're increasing the likelihood of the referee making a harsh decision later on.
Because the yellows are slowly coming out. But one thing
Yeah,
right now, if you ask me, Sabah has to come down because the
yeah.
tackle stems from frustration. It looks very, very obvious.
This is frustration tackle. Look,
Frustration tackle, exactly.
things have been going our way for the past few matches. Lah. We've been doing very well. Okay, but
Okay,
it's not going so well this time.
What Badol did was not good, man. Badol, that was clumsy.
Clumsy, yeah, yeah, yeah. They can do better. It's just they need to calm down, and
They
I
need to
think
come
they
down.
really need the
I think
halftime
Tipsy
break.
right now they need the halftime break exactly.
Mm,
And the fact that he had to make one change already, so there is
mm.
also some kind of pressure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're just losing their heads a bit, which is okay. Just make sure you go in just one down. If you
No,
go in two down,
both sides are no. The tackles
mm.
are flying in, the area challenges and so on.
Look, there's a lot of emotion, I'm sure, in Selangor as well after the last game.
Last game,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, they want to do well. So, but they're controlling it a bit better. That's probably because of the tactics. And
They have the lead.
they have the lead, lah.
Okay, right now they're being really tight on Agyarkwa because they know this guy is
Yeah,
the bridge between the attack and defense. So they're
yeah,
really
yeah.
being tight on him. Oh wow, what a touch! The pass, the weight of the pass. You see, right now, in Sabah's case, it's not about tactics. They're
Mm.
trying to do something on their own.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's very obvious with the way they play and so on. Selangor, on the other hand, they have the oh, wow.
League campaigns, you have to kind of. This is where you kind of determine how good you are, lah. How you deal with things. Like when it's not going your way, when the game is kind of just
Mhm.
beyond your grasp.
Actually, I want to say something of Brandon Gunn. I know people will be thinking, why are we always waxing lyrical on him? But if you watch this game in the last two games, gee, he has not played for almost
Yeah,
a
yeah.
year. Okay,
Yeah.
and the
Mm.
fact that he's very I mean, not to say cautious, but he's very, how to say, his passing is crisp, his
Mm.
movement
Mm.
is smart. He knows he does not have the skill, so he relies on technique, and the technique is still there. The
Mm.
fact
Mm.
that, after more than, I mean, almost a year, his muscle memory is still there says a lot about this player. Says a lot about this player. I think people should really learn how this guy takes care of himself.
Mm.
I mean, living the game, everybody loves the game. Everybody is passionate about the game. But it's how you take care of yourself. That determination that this guy has is something else. It's can I say revolutionary?
I mean, here, why not, lah? I think,
In
yeah.
Malaysia, I mean, to see a player of, I mean,
Mm.
of such stature taking care of himself so well.
Mm.
He had cancer. He's still playing the Super League now. He's gonna, I'm feeling he's gonna go back to the national team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's something else. People say, saya nak jadi macam Safari Rashid, saya nak jadi macam Akia Rashid, saya nak
Mm.
jadi macam Sumare. But to budding footballers out there, even though Brandon has only played like what 100 odd games and he's only 34. I mean, he's 34 right now, you know. But in all those games that he has played, the passion that he has shown, the hunger, especially when he came back from cancer, the two ACLs, my God, you learn a lot from these kind of players. He's an inspiration. He's a
Mm.
revolution.
I think it's worth mentioning, like, after he got those two ACLs, he set up a blog,
Mm,
where he taught people how to recover from ACL injuries
exactly.
and all. It's funny with Brendan, right? I think this is okay when he was still playing with Perak. That time I was still working for the Malay Mail, lah. So I met him and I wanted to talk to him about the ACL injuries and all. So okay lah, we came down, we met, and it was really really eye opening because this guy was so relaxed, so chill, and this guy had just come off two ACL injuries, like two consecutive ones. It was like, what was it, a year? I think he got the
Mm.
first one and then
He
he
missed the
recovered
game
and went.
almost 2 years, G.
Yeah,
During the
yeah,
period.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And in Pera itself, he was already on the way up and doing very well. And then, okay, this is, imagine, before the cancer happened. And even then, it was really inspirational because this guy was not only thinking about himself, he was actually trying to help other people. And he was talking about how a lot of sportsmen suffer from this injury, and there's really no
Come back after
education.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Education
there's,
after that. Yeah.
yeah, they don't know what to do because it's all well and good to see all these, like, fancy high flying Premier League footballers recover, but they have so much of resources at their disposal. So he was, just sitting down eating an avocado, talking to me about all this. And I felt really bad because at the end of the day, okay, we write for newspapers, right? In those days, lah, at least I did. You only have a certain amount of column inches, so I could only really devote maybe 400, 500 words to this guy, but his story was like,
He deserves a full-fledged feature.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And we want to get him on because there's so much in the daily life of someone who overcomes this. Imagine you wake up and two ACLs, and the clock is ticking on your career. Okay, ACLs fine. Then you get
Cancer.
the news, the news that you have cancer. And look, footballers, you can only really play for until you're maybe 40, like if you're Amri Yahya, but most of them 35, that's it. And we are not kind of just kissing his ass because we know him and because he's half Matsale or anything. There's nothing like
No,
that. We
I'll
met
tell
the
you
guy.
this, lah. I mean,
Mm.
I don't mind kissing his ass because he's an inspiration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, yeah,
Seriously. I
yeah.
mean, people
It's
like him,
mm.
you have to appreciate what he does to
Yeah,
himself, to
yeah,
the
yeah,
society, and to the game. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. So I don't know
I should not have said that actually.
why.
I don't mind kissing his ass. People are what this fella saying.
So everyone, please clip that up.
Not in literal terms. I just say it out right here.
So I mean, as we are talking
Sabah's
about
got a free
him,
kick.
yeah, another
Don't tell
very
me they've scored.
positive run from midfield. Very easy. They're breaking through Sabah's lines very
No,
easily.
right now in the first half, Sabah's discipline is not good.
Mm.
Not good
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
Whether it's the discipline, I mean the back line or the midfield line, they're breaking through very easily. So,
Today, Park is not himself.
oh no, he's not. Yeah. To be frank, none of the guys. I mean, I don't know. Even Badrol has been really quiet. I
Maybe
mean, what do
you
you
might
think
see
of
something
Rizal?
different. Rizal Ghazali,
Hmm. I mean, yeah.
don't see much of this overlapping runs from him today. He
Hmm.
tried to do things on his own, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And you have to note this fact here, Your Honor. Both flanks were breached several times today. Look
Yes.
at the
Yes.
highlight.
Waiting for the free kick. Ooh, it's a good one.
You still have to wait. I'm sorry. My reaction will be
Okay,
that.
sorry.
What a save.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's not an under. I mean, it's not an exaggeration to say he's kept us in the game, lah.
Okay, well, for me, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Khairul Fahmi and some quite sad finishing from Selangor, lah, honestly, because by right they should have been 2-3 up
Yeah, they should
easy.
have been up easily. Yeah.
I'm just wondering when he brings on the subs, lah. I think he has to have seen enough from this current formation and lineup and all. So
Mm. Because I don't see the 3-4-3 shape. I don't know.
no,
I think the
no.
3-4-3 shape is still. It looks a little too loose. Maybe you should just go for 5-3-2, meaning to say that the wingbacks are a bit deeper instead of going forward
I
and all
don't know.
that.
If it was me, okay. If it was me, I would say maybe beef up the midfield, lah.
Hmm. Ah, immediately somebody has thoughts on the first half already.
Yeah.
Logan, your thoughts first.
Yeah, as I said, lah, very Sabah is very lucky to only be one goal down. Really, I think the battle is being lost in the midfield and also in their collective mindset, lah.
Hmm.
Very thankful for halftime because something needs to be reset, lah. I don't know whether they can really change that much because of course Gary is off. You know, not sure how they can reshape the formation,
I reckon
but
this would happen.
hmm,
Maybe Kim Sui would bring in two changes.
hmm,
He would bring in the new signing. He would bring the new signings in Jose
hmm.
Molo and also what's his name, Farhan Roslan. Maybe to beef up the wings now. Who is going to take off? That I'm not too sure. Maybe who Amri might come out, even
Amri,
though
of course, yeah. If you're
yeah,
taking off, yeah.
taking off Amri, and then
Not to say
Sadil will
he's
stay.
been bad, but you probably have to
No, you have
sacrifice
to.
some much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. But also you have to understand that you can't expect a 41-year-old to lead the line on his own. Even though he is skillful and all that, but he still needs help.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sadil had
Exactly.
some moment of brilliance today. Taiki has been quiet. You have to
I think
accept that as
it
well.
just feels to me like when you're experimenting on FIFA and you've got the wrong formation, you realize all of
Mm.
your players can't play.
And you get frustrated. Imagine,
You get
remember that day I
frustrated.
was playing with Benny, how frustrated I got because I missed the chances and so on. So I guess Sabah players are going through that at the moment. Lah. But yeah, that's Sabah needs to sort out their technical shape
Yeah.
and also their discipline because they're making rash challenges, especially when it was uncalled for from Batrol. Actually, if you ask me, he
Mm.
should have made that challenge. You want to press by all means, but there is no need for you to go for the legs of the player. Lah. It looked like that to me. What about Selangor, Logan?
I mean, just finish better, lah. This game should have been theirs easily, lah. But I think
Yeah.
overall, much better. control, then obviously against JDT it's going to be tough to control lah. But I think they're rebounding really well. I
Hmm.
think the midfield really have sussed out where Sabah's problems are, how to unlock that defense and how to unlock their midfield as well. I think at the back line they haven't really been troubled so much lah.
No, Sam has not been challenged at all.
At all. Yeah. So.
Yazan,
Mm,
he had to deal with Armchair. Yeah, Sharon Azim, the first few minutes of the game, he put in pretty good, solid challenges.
mm,
Marcelo,
Marcelo.
Marcelo. Quentin has been making his overlapping runs quite regularly.
Mm,
Fazli
mm,
also. So, if you ask me, would I say Selangor were outstanding? No, but
mm.
they got their movement spot on. They were able to, nullify Sabas's
Mm.
tactics with, not as a precision, but they knew what to do, lah.
Here's the
So
thing though, they didn't need to be outstanding.
exactly because it was
Ah.
given to them on a platter already.
No, I guess also from the start when you had that kind of start, Sabah had a very shaky start,
Shaky
so that
stuff,
doesn't
exactly.
help lah. Yeah,
And
so.
also, I think taking off Gary would have also kind of
Mm,
affected Kimsey's plans a little. They don't have that aggression in midfield already. You don't have that
yeah,
kind of presence.
yeah.
So yeah, Selangor they look stable.
Mm.
Sabah they need to, stir things up a little. And I'm very sure the dressing room is going to be piping hot at the moment. I bet you. I bet you.
Yes, yes, yes. I wouldn't want to be one of them, like inside there. Standout player in the first half. I'm guessing for me again. I'm very. I'm gonna say. Is it Alex? I can't pronounce his name. I'm scared I'll
Alex
screw it up.
Atiakwa.
Okay, I'm gonna just say Alex. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is pretty good. Yeah.
If you're going with Alex, I'm going with Mukaidi Ajmal. He looked composed with the ball and he tried to move things up with his movements and passes. Brandon Gunn also looked quite solid.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Driving from yeah.
driving with those driving runs and it was how to say uh, a polished performance. That means there was no spot of mistake in his game today
No, no,
so
no.
far.
I actually, if you ask me, Brendan, you can't say like he didn't have mistakes because he should have made it 3-0.
Which minute was that?
Two. No.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
see,
yeah,
he had that
exactly.
one-on-one chance with the keeper. Okay, lah. That
Finishing needs
finishing.
working.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
not just Brandon, but Selangor overall. Lah.
Yeah, overall, but
Okay, I'm watching the replay of JDT versus PJST. Oh my God,
okay. I
Bergson
mean,
and his
that's just
finishing.
ridiculous,
It's
lah. That's
ridiculous. Lah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to do as well, coach. Oh, wow. Oh my God, who is this player? Lah? I think next year I'm going to say not Malon, it's going to be Bergson. Lah. Gee, the stuff he does with the ball is
Yeah,
totally
yeah. It's
insane.
incredible. Oh, wait till you see the
Incredible.
second goal.
Oh, wait, they've already scored two.
Yes, yes.
You.
They've scored two.
This guy is a cheat code, lah. Seriously,
Yeah,
how many
yeah.
free kicks he's going to score this season? You know what? Benjamin Mora would be wondering. I just need Bergson and Forestieri to
No,
win games.
see,
Lah.
that's the sad thing, right?
Exactly, yeah.
It's very, and I'm
And
saying
I
this.
wouldn't blame the keeper because the
No,
keeper
you
actually read it
wouldn't. You
correctly, but the
wouldn't.
strike was good.
No, you wouldn't. And that's the
Mm,
truth about playing against JDT is that it can almost get demoralizing because you can do
exactly.
everything
To stop
perfectly
them.
and just they produce something out of this world.
This is my take on JDT. Like last season, they were frustrated few times and they played against
Hmm.
oppositions who played defensively and so on. So they realized they needed players with good individual quality. So I think that's why they brought in Forestieri. And Forestieri, if you look at the way he takes his shots, free kicks, and everything, something special is going to come up. Bergson
Yeah.
also looking at Forestieri, he decides, look, I also want to do something special. I guess it's the Argentina Brazilian rivalry. If you can
Hmm.
do it, I'll do it even better. That kind of vibe is there. So
Hmm.
that's good for the club, lah, but not good for the other clubs in
Not good for the rest of
representation
us,
for
lah.
the rest of the other clubs.
Fami,
Lah.
exactly, bro. Memang gila. There's no.
Tengok both games on screen
Oh, but
jadi
actually,
memang gila bro. Memang mantap bro.
oh, that is a good shot, bro.
Selangor goal defender mistake or salah Padang ball was bouncing. Bro, I nak cakap pasal Padang ni lah. Di Malaysia you tahu Padang tu memang macam tu. So you gotta pandai main lah. At that point of time Jackson bersilap actually. If you Tanya Ayla.
Hmm.
But di Malaysia kita nak semua padang macam kat JDT lah. No doubts about it. Tapi club kena ambil inisiatif tersebut lah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's very important.
Actually, I agree lah. Memang ball was bouncing, memang
Hmm.
miss kick. Tapi overall kan, I'm thinking their positioning. Correct me if I'm wrong lah. I think their positioning was a bit out for that
Exactly,
goal.
because they're playing highline, G.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Kyle is the kind of player where you give him a ball, he will read where the
Mm,
ball is going to come. So he will make those runs, he will
yeah
look for
lah.
those channels easily. This
Mm,
guy has already scored 10 goals, so you should be careful. I guess they
yeah.
were audacious to play highline, lah, Sabah, if you ask me. They underestimated Selangor a little, if you,
No,
in point.
perfect lah for me. Sebab dorang, I think they're playing the replay now. Let's maybe kita boleh tengok kalau the ball bounced or not.
No, it's his block also, G.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
no.
the block.
Before the block, I think it did bounce lah. It's around. I don't know whether it bounced or whether
Wait,
it's
let me check
Park's
again.
leg. Ah, I mean, yeah. Tapi,
Okay.
yeah.
If you ask me, Jackson, when he made the block, it wasn't done with conviction. When a defender makes a block, he's confident that he's able to stop it. In Jackson's case, he didn't have that conviction. That's my take. And also, yeah, like he said, the bounce, there was that
Mm.
bounce. But then, these clubs should already know you're going to play in this kind of surface. This is how it's going to be.
But
So,
I
yeah.
think for me more than that, and this is another thing here lah. Actually, for me, boleh tengok so many chances they had.
Banyak
I
chances, bro.
yeah, at least tiga one on one. So you're like
Mm.
thinking, kalau orang tak score that first one with Kayon, they should have at least scored Brandon lah. At least this
But to
one
be
is not
fair,
so bad.
not so bad. Brandon, the chance that Carol Fami did well. Yeah.
The other chance is
The
the
other
one.
chance, yeah, I know which one you're
I
talking
I'm
about.
going to if he ever comes on the show, I'm going to ask him, were you taken by surprise or not? Because this was a quick free kick, right? They took, and definitely it caught Sabah's sleeping. May have caught him a bit by surprise.
We,
Ah,
Selangor wouldn't have expected this. Like, do we have this set piece in our book or something?
now we can maybe see siapa yang ambil that quick free kick. You talk. I mean, they keep talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold doing this, right? Okay, who was it? Was it? You can't see lah.
Wait, they're showing the miss first.
I can't see lah. It's Kayon who makes the cross,
Brandon was surprised.
right?
Yeah, Brandon
Can.
was surprised. Because if you see, when he saw Kayan making the run, he actually didn't observe the run. The moment he saw
Mm.
Kayan running towards the byline, then he started making his move. But then he should have scored there.
Yeah. This is Yuri's chance, I think.
Yuri Henrique. But Kayan's finish was good, huh? So how he plays
Oh
the
yes.
that was good. It was good.
Keep in mind that Kayon also had another one earlier, so it's like that first one you get out of the way, that's score, it's okay.
See, this one Mukari has been making those really good moves and crosses
Yes.
in actually. Oh, that was good. How did he not finish that? Ah, I think he was looking to toe poke it. Instead, it went side foot.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Hey guys, don't just let us talk lah. If you
You
guys,
have thoughts or what?
yeah.
Please do share them. Kita
If we
pun
are
nak
wrong,
dengar.
please shout at us lah.
Tak ada masalah. Kalau you nak cakap kita bodoh, just cakap je.
And also, just wondering lah, if you would want us to do stuff like this for, maybe European games, Premier League games once it starts lah.
Hopefully, one of the Super League watch-alongs, we will have a guest along to watch the game and give the pick.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. Hopefully, in the future.
Yeah.
Thanks Fahmi for your comment. Thanks a lot. Dan juga soalan tadi tu memang terbaik. Mantap.
We can even do one for Perak lah very soon. Never know.
No, it's okay when they come Super League.
Don't wanna. Okay, all right. Why not lah? Why not?
No,
Why
no, I
not?
have to be fair. We only cover Super
Okay.
League.
Oh, say we only cover two losers on a YouTube stream. Cover Super League.
Mulut dia. They will say that. Mulut tu.
I'm just checking Twitter lah. I don't know what you think of this. Manchester United are interested in Serge Gnabry. That no. It's not happening. It's
To
not
be
happening.
fair, almost every player is being linked to United, but yet they are not
Yeah.
able to make moves. Why? Yeah? What's really
No, lah.
happening?
The priority is Anthony. Never mind. Moving to more productive thoughts. Shazani, thoughts on Kedah yesterday? I'm very sorry. I did not catch this
The
at all.
AFC
Yeah.
Cup game. Yeah, they won 4-1.
Mm.
To be honest with you, I tak tengok game tu. I only watched the highlights because I was
Mm.
on India Bola yesterday with Shukar and Hafizal Ahmad and also
And I
Izhar.
had terrible food poisoning, so I missed all of that as well. So.
So I only watched the highlights. I'm happy for Ronald Nga. He scored one and assisted two and kind of bounced back lah sebab masa dengan Bali United dia score own goal. Striker score own goal tu memang menyayat hati lah. So tapi game ini tapi against Kaya Iloilo, he scored a goal and he assisted two. And to Kedah fans, that Mahmoud Al Mardi is a very good player. If possible, push your management to sign him on a permanent deal. He is very good. Should Ape get another call up for Harimau Malaya? Personally, if
Is
you ask me, yes.
interesting. Yes,
Yes.
I would say
Yes.
so. Yeah.
I would say so, but I'm not Kim Pang. Because I mean, people who have been following our show. Remember when he first came and he announced his first call up, how angry I was he didn't select Kumaran and all that. I even asked that question and he said, give us some time. I'm new,
Mm.
to see the players and all that. So sometimes you cannot predict what the coach is going. We can give our suggestions, but at the end of the day, coach makes the decision, and kita boleh bagi suara je lah. Tapi keputusan muktamad di tangan coach. So kita tak boleh buat apa-apa pasal tu. Tapi
Mm.
if you ask me, based on form this season, Karul Fahmi deserves to be in the squad. Maybe a second or third choice lah. First choice,
Yeah.
if you ask me right now, personally, I really like what Ahmad Shihan Azmi is doing at the moment. That to me is one of the comebacks to savor, comebacks to watch. That boy is something else, really. So I believe he could be our long term number one. Because Shihan is only 26 years old. So I hope he would be the one to shoulder that responsibility of being our first choice keeper lah. Even though I know Faisal will still be there. I don't know about Khairul Azan. If he gets back to play again, then maybe he would be considered. But I think Khairul Fahmi deserves a shout lah for the next September call up.
But then again, Fariza is also the captain, right? So you're talking about two big decisions,
Okay, captain in the Malaysian team is not fixed.
right?
So they follow the hockey style. Hockey, our national hockey team, we've got 5 captains.
Mm.
They call them the 5 leaders. But the one who is like officially given the tag captain is Maran Jalal, but he has 4 others who are working around him. So the same thing with the national team. Faisal is the captain, but then Safiq also can take over the role, Safawi, and then Bada even, Sharul Saad. So yeah, I
Mm.
mean, in that sense, I guess it's flexible.
So I guess the second half has started, right, for you as well?
Yeah. I bet yours is faster than me.
45-41.
You're like 20 seconds ahead of me.
Okay. By the way, we did take note of your suggestions to put a timer or a countdown lah. But the moment I'm still finding out how to do it. If anyone knows, please let me know. Yeah, because we are using StreamYard, not OBS. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Hey, cantik lah. You got a selfie with him.
A lot of people are talking of Wayne right now. Not just his performance. People also say he's handsome. And he's got the voice of like mean headmaster, like really garau.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Fami, tell us, is he really that handsome?
Okay.
Hmm. Selangor,
I
the
just
attack
hope
again. Yeah.
Sam needs to get tested off.
Did
Oh,
something
what a
happen?
pass! What a
Yeah.
pass! What happened?
I'm definitely. What? What happened?
Nothing happened.
No, 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 no. I'm thinking that Sabah's line is definitely not so high this time around.
This time, no, it's still high, but they play five.
Hmm.
Actually, I wonder if the other watch Super League watch alongs on YouTube, or we are just the ones doing it. Just
This is
curious.
what you call lack of market research. We should have found that out before we did this. We did not. Does anyone know? Is there any other watch alongs?
Yeah, we would like to watch and learn as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. This is it's a bit difficult to do because you're kind of doing within two screens, eh? Of course,
Exactly.
like you're okay, like you can just watch straight ahead. Like mine is on a
But my
small
stream
device.
is slower.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, yeah, like you're right.
I guess it's karma because the last time when we did the Malaysian game, mine was faster than yours, right?
Yours is like a minute ahead of
I
me.
know,
Eh?
I know.
So
I was watching it on the television. By the way, the one who gave a shout out for Carol Fami, I hope to call him up for a show one of these days. Ada dalam pipeline.
oh, okay.
Saya akan bincang dengan Logan dan lepas tu hantar invitation kepada Carol Fami. Logan adalah bos saya.
Ah, rubbish. Saya yang menurut perintah.
Rizal is Lassa.
Yes.
Now I know why Scott says he's a very good defender. He is, you know, I mean, the way you challenge him is
Yeah.
still good.
Sorry, sorry. Nothing much happened. It's just- I will say, although it has been a grand total of 4 minutes since they came out from the dressing room. Sabah do look a bit more composed. That's it.
Composed is one.
Yeah.
Number two is I think they want to get their shape right first.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
But Selangor is still doing very well. If you talk about composure, Selangor is still much better lah in that
I
sense.
think right now Selangor would have adapted the approach of just
Yeah.
absorbing pressure. I
Yeah.
think that's what they're going to do at the moment.
No, it's the smart move lah. Because they've been very solid so far.
Hmm. Maybe I should also just watch the GDT game. Just do like what Fabi said. Split screen.
How many screens are you looking at? Like it will be a third one, right? You only have two
Yeah.
eyes.
No, I go for eyes.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a lame joke.
Yeah, yeah.
Please don't be like Avi. Okay. So yes, I've got. Yeah, obviously, bro.
Yeah.
Knowing Kim Sui, his head is very level. I mean, level line. To be honest with you, even if we are the gaffers, we would have said the same thing. Also, we would have,
Yeah.
railed at the players for sure. Because one, they lost composure. Second is they didn't maintain discipline. And if you want to play highlight, focus should be at 100%. If you do not have that, that's it. You're going to be punished. So in a way,
Yeah.
Sabah actually lucky. Like Logan said just now, Selangor were guilty of missing a lot of good chances. So Sabah are very very lucky.
It's a cliche lah, but they always say the next goal is very important. What if
PG6
Selangor score the
Wiki
next
is
one?
not
The
that
game is dead.
nice. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It is
Game is
for
over.
no right.
No, no, no.
No, I don't think so. The game is over because even if it's 2-0, you have to understand that sometimes players they just lose their gut. They
That's
think that
true,
the game is
lah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. I mean, other than JDT games, I think, I mean, Super League games are a lot more volatile than other leagues. Like they change very quickly. So perhaps, but yeah. Okay, lah, Nani. Oh, yo. Yeah, I was just gonna start screaming. I was just gonna start.
come on, La Sabah. The man just recovered from food poisoning. Do
I have
some.
not recovered. I have not recovered. I was like going to say, look, man, there are two guys. It is 1-1, lah. I mean,
Game on.
I, game on, game on. I mean, hopeful ball out to the flank. I mean, good ball, but you're not going to expect too much. My goodness.
For information, Sadel was fine.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Sadel was fine because he came back to Sabah late from
Late
international.
from the international thing. Yeah, because they gave him early release, right? I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
No, not early release. I mean, after FIFA calendar, to balik lah.
uh, no, no. I mean, Sabah when he went, I think
Ah,
they gave him early release. That is what I remember from their Twitter
Sam
feed.
should have done better with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but here's the thing, right? I was looking at it and I was thinking, look, Badro's open. I think someone else was open. I didn't see. Why would you not pass? And then he scored. So I was like, okay, naughty boy has done it.
And naughty boy has done it again lah. I think this time we said, you and your bloody decision making debate. I had enough of it. I'm going to score. Who is this Logan fellow? Tell me my decision making is
Fadil, I am
bad.
so sorry. No, look, I made the comparison to Nani, right? This is Nani at his best.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly. Nani is capable of the magical at times. Lah.
okay. Maybe this is a bit of a hot take. Maybe it's a stupid take. Nani sometimes would score better goals than Ronaldo. So you would wonder, how the skill level. But anyway, for me, interesting. I mean, what
Hmm.
do you think? I think you mentioned this in passing just now, but we didn't get into like in depth about it. What do you think about Daniel Ting showing up at Johor?
If I was a Kuala Lumpur player, I would be mad. Lah.
Okay.
I would be mad. I would be mad. Honestly, I would be mad.
Mm.
Because one, it was reported even the Kuala Lumpur Football Association president said he didn't want to be vaccinated. That's why he got
Mm.
his contract was mutually terminated. And then now he joins JDT and he agrees to take vaccination. So how would KL feel? Obviously, they would be gutted. Lah. But then again,
Mm.
like I said, football players these days they make the decisions. They are the kingmakers. They want to, decide. So I wish Daniel Ting all the success and all that because he's a very nice lad, very soft spoken, someone who is very prama. But I
Mm.
guess there's this word in Malay that is used a lot in the footballing circles, rezeki
Yeah.
jangan ditolak. So I guess he went for that, and I wish him all the best. And yeah, you're right, KL should feel like KL have every right to feel aggrieved now, if you ask me. If you ask me, one would say that the management could have done better, but then the player insisted that he didn't want to take it. So,
Mm.
but they can't do anything. So if I was a player, would be mad lah. But then he already made his decision. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he didn't go missing. He did not go. Brendan missed the chance.
Brendan nearly finishing his hat trick there. Oh my goodness, so close.
No, no, he didn't go missing. He didn't go missing.
Mm.
KL knew where he was and all that. It's just that dia tak nak ambil vaksin. Tu je. That is the only problem.
I don't know lah. In yeah, exactly. If circumstances were different, I would have gone into a long rant about this anti-vaccine thing. There you go. Never mind lah.
Never mind lah.
Better not lah.
No, see, at this part of time, we can go on a long run, we can advise people, we can lecture people,
Mm,
but it's the body at the end of the day. If they don't want to put it, we can't force them
yeah,
cut.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
What to do?
It is up to them.
Yeah, it is up to them.
We are conscious enough to take it and so on. If they
Mm.
don't want to take it, we can't do anything about it. I
Yeah.
guess that's how we should take. Some people say it's being irresponsible. That is their pasala. We do what we have to do.
Mm.
And that's important.
So Sabah brought on their new signing, I think. Amri's gone off.
Why does he run like Benny? No, 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 he does not run like Benny. Wait. Correct me if I am wrong. Does he look heavy?
He does look a bit heavy.
I mean, I shouldn't be saying that because I'm on the heavy side as well. Much, much heavier
But
than you.
maybe it's just maybe it's just bulky lah. I mean,
Stocky? Oh,
I
wow.
think all to be stocky though. Heavy touch lah. Heavy touch.
One is heavy touch, but you know what? I've been impressed with Yazan so far.
Yes, yes, you're right.
Yazan has been good. His covering has been really, really
Yeah, he put enough pressure.
good.
Another hot topic is Dion wanting to join GDT.
Actually, earlier during the show, he did speak about it.
Yeah,
Mm. Okay, wait. Let me see how's the passage of play first, then I'll give that comment. Who asked it? Shazani.
penalty lah, penalty lah. Okay, no, let's not.
Oh, I am.
Red
Wait
card.
lah! Wait lah! I don't know what's happening suddenly. You're mentioning penalty and all that.
No. My complete 100% bias is coming.
Thambi, that was penalty. You tell me.
I was shouting for a red card. In the words of Alex Ferguson, he could have killed him. Why it's a different challenge for Selangor's backline. This
70.
guy is,
Why is he wearing number 70?
who
Why
knows?
are players taking weird numbers these days?
Right. Brendan's got 80, 88 or something, right? I don't know. What's that about?
Yeah, even that also. I asked Brandon why. I forgot why he took number 8. Oh, I didn't ask the question.
Okay.
I'll ask him one day why 88. I'm sure there is a reason. That's his year of birth also, 1988.
Same age as me. Anyway, Dion Cools.
Uh, okay. Dion Cools wanting to join JDT. Your thoughts? Okay. It is well publicized that Dion Cools decided to join the national team because he had talks with the MJ. That's what we were told. And a player of his caliber, having played in Europe for quite a long time now, when I spoke to him, he said almost 8 years professionally. People asked, if he were to come to Malaysia, who would he want to join? His first answer was JDT, because that was his first contact. The first person he spoke to was TMJ. And now, as we are all aware, yesterday TMJ said that they're looking to sign him next year. They wanted to sign him this mid transfer window, but they couldn't afford. Not to say they couldn't afford, but I think it would have shot their budget lah, in terms of transfer fees. So they decided to let him finish his contract and then they signed him. So right now they can actually negotiate with him already. Bossman. They call this the Bossman rule. So that is why he's TMJ openly said that he wants to sign him, which he has every right to do so, because 6 months, Bossman, boleh. And then
Never mind, nothing. Nothing, carry on, sorry.
part 2, wait, come. Logan's eyes got.
Eyes and hands, to be fair.
Do you think it's a penalty?
Of course it was a penalty. Don't know, not a.
But it's
stone
not a
wall,
body
lah.
touch. It's not a body touch. It's just it's a push.
Yeah, it's
So because FIFA penalty rules state that a push without the ball is considered a penalty. Whether
I
it's
need to see it again. I need to see it
because I
again.
saw it was like a push, not a body touch.
That's okay. We don't have VAR, so that's all right.
Sadil is not complaining as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You
I
know
guess
what?
if he, hmm,
I think this our new striker is going to be quite fun. I mean,
what?
because he's going to be a handful. Like, looks very physical. Oh, nah, they're very good. So we have another two more.
Oh, there are questions as well. Okay, okay, wait, wait.
Yeah, two more
Let me
things.
complete that.
Yeah,
Dion
go
Munia
ahead.
of so okay, and I've seen lots of people commenting that why he wants to come back to Malaysia when can play in Europe. Truth be told, to play in Europe in any club, especially in the top divisions, is not going to be easy. It's competitive. It is competitive. Even now with his current club, FC Midtjylland in I don't know how to pronounce it, Midtjylland or Midtjylland, I don't
No
know
one
lah.
does.
No one does. So in Denmark, he's not getting regular minutes. He's not getting first team opportunities. So he realizes that look, I need game time. So I believe that if I come to Malaysia, I will get that. And at the end of the day, it's only going to benefit the national team. So that's how he's thinking. That's his thought process. He can also say that look, I want to look for another European club and I can fight it. But he has set the vision of the club. He has spoken to the high management in JDT, and he realizes that he believes that that's the best place for him to further hone his trade, his job. So it's the player's choice. We can say that he should stay in Europe, but if he feels that he can improve in JDT, by all means, just join, play. At the end of the day, it's going to benefit the national team also because he's getting regular minutes. Because that's
Mm.
what we want from Dion Coles.
And I mean, just to from another perspective, lah. Of course, this is based on zero data, zero kind of insight, whatever. But the question always comes to my mind is why would JDT need more players of this caliber? They've already got such a great team. But I personally think that I think JDT have their goals have moved beyond Malaysia.
Beyond Malaysian right now, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I mean, there is a difference when a team is looking to conquer their domestic league and to conquer the regional league or the continental league. The players they buy are different. Their recruitment strategy is different, and the quality of players that they can attract are different. It's very
But also
simple.
to
So,
add to that point,
mm,
Logan, I was told that next year the league format could change. So he's actually adding depth. Because it's going
yeah.
to be a longer season with AFC Champions League, the league, and then you
Mm,
have the Malaysian Cup and the FA Cup. So it's going to be
mm.
packed. So I guess he is packing the squad to allow Coach Mara to rotate the players and so on.
No,
So yeah,
yeah, because if you're at a point where your second team, or I don't say second team lah, but you have team A, team B lah, let's say, if your team B can win the league, why not? Or you don't need all you don't need 22 first teamers lah, of course, but if you have a lot of cover, why not? Because look, they've made it through the group phase of the Champions League. I don't think TMJ wants to stop there.
they will not look back for sure. They won't
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
there. They will not go all the
uh,
way. And right now, he already knows that his club is the best in ASEAN at the moment in
yes,
terms of
yes.
infrastructure, the way the squad is being built, and even commercially, people are talking about the club a lot.
Mm,
There
mm.
are haters, no doubts about it, but those haters are also giving lots of optics to JDT in
Yes,
a
yes,
way.
yes.
So
Yeah.
those kind of things are happening.
Right, right,
Okay,
right.
what's the next
Exactly.
question?
Kubemba
Uh,
handing out of KL.
okay, Kevin Kubemba will still feature in the FC Cup. But in the Super League, I think no lah. He's going to be replaced by, as you all know already, Jordan Minta. So yeah, he if Kuala Lumpur qualifies for the knockout stages of the AFC Cup, I believe he would remain because AFC has got this rule where you can have a certain number of foreigners, but during match day you can only register four. So he can be one of those options. I don't know how that's going to be how that is going to work, but
Mm.
that's up to the management to decide on how they're going to handle with the Kevin Kubiba situation. Like, it's a pity because they signed him to play as a backup striker to Rommel, and then teams just didn't seem to work out. People till today they still think he's a number nine, but he's not. He is a backup striker, a shadow striker, a winger. And I think, in Malaysia, when a foreigner comes, you expect him to perform wonders immediately. So yeah. Oh, by the way, JDT just got their third goal. Bergson again.
Bergson again, yeah. As I said, looking elsewhere.
Oh, also Shafiq Ahmad is in. He replaces
Mm.
Afiq Fazail.
Sorry, I
So
highlighted the wrong one. You're still talking about Kubemba. Sorry. Yeah.
Kubeba habis already.
Okay.
Hey, how many questions, huh?
Hey, got a few lah. I mean, we love
Hey,
talking football. Yeah.
guys, yeah, please ask questions. I'll try to answer. And I also try to watch both the games at the same time.
If we are gonna maybe look into ways where we can actually get you guys like speaking on this. I mean, of course, Twitter Spaces is there, but Twitter Spaces, the visual aspect is not there lah. So that's what we
Hmm.
were looking at. But one day maybe we'll get like a full thing where we'll give you a link and everyone can join us talking. Sorry, yes, Neto, injuries and fitness. Because
That is the reason why he left.
uh,
I also believe that he deserves another half season, but you know what? The coaching team have decided that they needed a new striker, so they got a new striker, and Neto has to look for one in Brazil lah.
I mean that it's very unfortunate lah because injuries normally is nobody's fault.
Yeah, exactly, it's nobody's
Ah,
fault. Like even Penang also, Casagrande is Casagrande. Sorry, he's got a facial injury, and they said he's out for 2 months. 2 months, 2 months. Yet they brought in a replacement, Lucas Espindola. So it shows that clubs are willing to spend, willing to make changes just so to sustain in the Super League in Penang's case. Lah.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
JD,
yeah.
they want to continue dominating, and then Sabah, they want to continue being challengers. So that's why they made those changes. It would have been a good goal, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, nice cookie.
I think just sports in general, it's very kind of harsh to think that they want to get him. Let not they want to get him out. They had to replace him and all. But at the same time, if you're a club and you're thinking, I need to maximize my chance. Sabah is doing well this year. It does not mean they're going to do well next year. We always have this. I mean, and in fact, going more towards like this human psyche and all, right? There's this psychological thing called the hot hand fallacy, where a basketball player, if he gets two shots in a row, he thinks he's going to make the third one. It
Mm.
doesn't work like that. In fact, your odds are probably less than 50%. Just because Sabah is doing well this year doesn't mean they're going to do well next year. So they have to maximize. So,
No, one they have to maximize. Second thing is
mm,
they have to continue their momentum going. So I believe that's
yeah,
what they're going to do. But also this, you know what? Sometimes I feel that sports is cruel. Like
yeah,
imagine, these athletes. They go through lots of things. Like in Neto's case, he came all the way from Brazil, a
yeah.
new nation. He wanted a new experience, and then suddenly, being kicked out. I don't know whether he's kicked out or not. Whether I can use the term kicked out or not, but to know that he's not going to play a further part in the Super League. It's sad.
It's
It's
tough. It's
crushing.
yeah, it's sad.
And it happens to all these foreign players. I had one foreign player actually ask me, why, why, why us? He just asked a
Mm,
simple question: Why us? Why pin the blame on us? Why can't you question the local players as well? He has got a point. But then this is how Malaysia is. This is how the coaches think. The mentality, the mindset, everything is like that.
mm.
How we want to change it is a better league system, with more teams and so on, and also uh, clubs being financially responsible.
Mm.
Like in England,
End to end, not really end to end. Like Selangor is having the lion's share here.
okay, where was I?
Financially responsible.
I mean, clubs have to be financially responsible. Like in Europe, these
Mm,
clubs they run like entities. They like businesses. So in Malaysia, at the moment, the only clubs that I see are headed towards the direction JDT, Selangor, Terengganu. The other
mm.
clubs need to buck up. Like for example, now Perak taken over by new management. they're looking at the business side of things. So you have to start working on marketing, merchandising, and all that.
Yes,
Because
yes.
if you ask me, football in Malaysia generally is a loss-making business.
Mm,
You're pumping in money but not getting any returns out of it yet.
yeah.
That has to change. If that changes, then things will start changing, and then you'll see clubs wondering, okay, we should not release this player. Let's put give him some time to warm up to the league and so on. You will see these kind of changes happening lah. But in Malaysia at the moment it's a bit tough with how things are lah, culturally.
I mean, we I mean, you mentioned just now that the foreign players feel like, okay lah, we're being blamed and unnecessarily. You have to say also that this isn't just a Malaysian problem. There
It's
is
a
always,
worldwide problem.
it's a
So yeah.
worldwide problem at every country you go, most countries you go, there is always like a special preference for the homegrown thing lah. And
True.
it just takes how do you call it, manifests in different ways. So,
Hmm.
for instance, in England, where of course I follow the English game a lot more than this lah. But you've got players like Harry Maguire being priced at 80 million, and all this kind of thing.
Not just Maguire, like English players generally, they're
English players, yeah, you pay a
overpriced. Yeah.
premium for it. Yeah, so you know it's
Because,
different
and
lah.
also some, if people were to argue about that, I mean, were to say about that point, like they can say in Japan, Brazilian players are spending, like Iniesta has played there for 4 seasons.
Mm, mm,
Four
mm.
seasons, why? Because Japan's football culture is different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's more about stability. They're being financially responsible. They know what to do and so on. In football, there it's totally high class. They don't just rely on the foreigners. It's the Japanese
Mm.
players powering the team as well. So that is supposed to happen in Asian football. We want to see more of that happening.
I
That
think
Alex
Panda
guy,
Cliff has no. He's make a good point, because we've been talking about everything else besides the game.
exactly what he said.
Alex macam Kante lah. Kante, I mean,
In
a lot
Malaysia, we
more.
have been okay. Logan, I just want to ask you this
Hmm.
question, lah. Do you think this Kante reference is becoming too overrated? This
Um.
is a question I just want to ask.
Okay. I mean, just. But I think Alex plays a bit different than Kante, because I don't see Kante galloping up the wings and creating all these things lah. I mean, that's one thing.
Because in
But
Malaysian football, the ones that
hmm,
they've called Kante is Cadasas player Desi Marcel.
uh-huh.
They call him Kante.
Well, the thing is, before Kante, you used to be called Makalele, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
so I don't know whether it's over, but if anything, it's just the highest compliment that you can give to the original player lah. If you become an adjective, you know,
Hmm.
to use the
Yeah, you
grammar thing,
become an executive here.
you become an adjective,
yeah.
you become like how people always, here they say Colgate, no one says toothpaste, because everyone
yes, exactly.
you would be buying
Exactly.
Dali or Sensodyne, you double
You just say
Colgate,
no, sign out,
yeah.
you will Colgate.
Or you buying Maggie, so you're buying Kante, this kind of thing.
For example, Parade also, beli gardenia when they
Yeah,
buy high five.
exactly. I mean, fair enough lah, fair enough.
The real Kante in
I,
Malaysia.
I I think it's a fantastic thing to be compared in that vein lah, like if you have another top class duo, oh, that's the Bergson and Forestieri, like, you maybe calling them that way, you know if you have like an
I guess
owner
Bergson
who's
and Forestieri is like Batman and Robin. Lah.
yeah, yeah.
Use that as an executive. But okay, the real okay, I just want to ask people lah.
Mm.
You prefer Kante role or Makalele role? Because both similar players. Mana lagi suka? If you ask me personally, I like Makalele role lah. Because he
I
was the
think,
one who gave name to that kind of function as a defensive midfielder lah.
but
Kante,
I
no doubt,
think,
is a power
mm,
house. But I grew up during the Makalele era and I watched him play a lot, so I liked him.
no, but that's where you hit the nail on the head. It so much depends, not only in football or even in movies or anything, right? A lot of things depend on when you encounter them. If you first watch Kante when you were 14, 15, of course it'll be Kante, because
Kante,
Makalele
obviously,
was,
yes.
old timer.
Hmm.
It's like how you say, like, your dad loves Maradona. I never watched Maradona ever. All I know was he did the hand of God against my team, so I hate him.
And my grandfather said Pele was the best player in the world. I didn't watch
Ah,
Pele at all. So
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So perhaps it is. I mean, I don't know. Are Kante and Makalele different players? Did they play very
No, la, I'm
differently?
not going to say Kante Makalele. I'm going to call
Hmm.
it the John Benny Bunny Moses role.
So Benny versus Gary.
Benny versus Gary. Hey, got any
Nice.
more questions?
Yeah. I mean, this is really good football discussion.
Discussion.
I think
Sorry,
that's
Logan, you were saying something just now. I cut you short. Sorry.
it's also interesting that you only really okay. How many other players or how many other positions right are named after players?
Messi.
No, I mean, okay. Well, so what's Messi's position? A false nine coming off the
It's not
wing. What
Messi's
is he?
position, but the way he plays, lah.
The
That's why they
play
use
way
it.
he plays lah.
Use it as
And of course,
position. I guess Kante Makalele role one.
because keepers
Uh,
you can't do it. They're the only ones playing in that position, right?
position exactly. Centre backs also not much.
Mm. You have
You call
tens,
you
you
call
know.
the Selangor centre back Marcelo because of his hairstyle. Ah, you use adjectives because of the hairstyles as well.
Mm. But that's the thing. That's the funny thing about that Makalele and Kante
Hmm.
position is because it's so specific. And once you say the word, you know. Okay, I think Shazani's got a perfect example here. The sweeper keeper is great. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
You
Now
you
people would be. Who knows? They might use the word Neuer to compare another keeper.
exactly. Now they used to use Neuer, I suppose, but
Hmm.
I think Edison and Allison have taken that
And
to
for sure,
another level.
another
Right.
level. Exactly.
Yeah, with their
Hmm.
distribution. And Neuer, of course, was thing, but the amount of, I mean, the role that Allison and Edison play in distributing and actually creating chances.
Excellent.
Especially Edison, lah. I think a bit more than Allison, lah.
I think in terms of shot stopping, I would go for Allison, but in terms of
Yeah.
building up plays, I think Edison is
Mm.
a class ahead of others
And
like this.
just to kind of copy and steal from Shazani, I would maybe say the Beckenbauer position, lah.
Mm.
The
But
sweeper,
nowadays, do you realize there not many sweepers
You
in
don't have
football already?
sweepers.
You
Yeah,
don't
you
have
don't have.
sweepers already.
Uh,
Yeah, it's. I mean, it will evolve, lah. That's the beauty of football because tactics always change, rules always change. Who knows? One day we'll see a sweep, the role of a sweeper coming up again. It will happen. It's fluid. It's
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah.
If you guys wondering, why I'm looking towards my right is because my dad is around. So I'm just peeking what is he doing and all that.
So okay, Badro's coming off. I think Park is taking the armband. Who else is coming off?
Irfan and Tommy, is it?
Yes, exactly. Irfan and Tommy are coming on. Oh, Wilson is off, I think.
Means they're gonna play Jackson and Dominic as two centre backs. So Rizal and Tommy will be bobbing forward lah, unless Coach Kimchi decides that maybe Tommy should play way more advanced, playing as a winger lah. I think
Hmm.
right now after that equalizer, momentum is on Sabasa side.
Um, Actually, I don't know because Selangor have still had some pretty good chances.
The thing about
They,
Selangor today, they're not taking the chances.
yeah. I mean, okay, hold on.
What kind of a ball is that?
Yeah,
Hey,
lah.
no. Oh wow. What an impact from Tommy. Corner. No. Highlight. Ball is spinning. Guys, keep the questions coming here. We'll try to answer them. Logan and I will try our best to answer them. Lah. We'll try to be as honest as possible, or maybe we might sound politically correct, but do bear with us when you do that. Lah. I hope we satisfy your answers at the moment.
Trying our best, lah.
Trying our best. Lah. We are still an infant in this industry. Yeah. In terms of
No,
we're
lah,
still
no.
small.
We are. You are not. You were on
No, I'm
Arena
still learning.
yesterday.
Uh-uh. Yeah. Joshua said something. We will never make money if
Oh,
you.
sorry. Yes.
Exactly, exactly,
This is a good
exactly.
point.
Very good point. Very good point. You know, it's. Imagine sponsors, they invest a lot of money in these teams and then they see like merchandises. So how they feel. That's why I'm saying, maturity wise, when it comes to football culture in Malaysia, we are still not there yet. Lots to learn. Lots to learn. Like when I went to Europe to watch some of the games,
No, no, no. Just a not sure. Bad tackle, accidental tackle. Yeah, it didn't look good at all.
ah.
Actually, not a
But
bad.
that's one thing about Sharon Azim. Yes, he's aggressive and so on. He needs to think when he makes those challenges. Sometimes, like I say, body is your
Hmm.
temple. You know, you should be mindful. Okay, yeah, you're very true, very true. I pity sponsors. Imagine, this fake merchandise in Asia is very high. Like when I
Hmm.
went to Europe, nothing of this. You know, you buy merchandise from the official store, and people always go there to buy them. So, like I say, the culture has to change. We have to promote that. We have to show that, in a way, we have to be the path breakers by saying, look, stop buying illegal stuff. We go to the club. Let's help our clubs by buying merchandises from there. That has to
Hmm.
change. In that sense, I think Selangor is doing it very well. JT also, Terengganu as well, Kedah. So it needs to grow. Like, it needs to be better. Lah. Somebody asked another question. If you ask me, he needs to play a few more games to really prove that he can be the second choice left back or left winger. Because if you ask me right now, it's Corbin first choice, and then then
What's
Daniel
higher
Thing
than
is.
first choice?
I mean, Corbin is the undisputed first choice
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
ask me.
yeah.
But if Dan Thing does not get regular minutes with, I don't know whether that's going to happen or but if he does not get regular minutes with JDT, then I think Tommy Mawar deserves a shot. Lah. But he has to be consistent. Means he has to play first 11 games consistently instead of coming second half or what. Like the game they played against Pang that day, I thought he was excellent. Lah. And I was
Hmm.
hopeful that he started against Lango, but that did not happen. So I hope the next game he starts again, starts showing that he deserves a place in the national team. Lah.
And I think that's what happens when you've got like an absolute powerhouse in your position. It becomes very, very tough to kind of break through, lah, because the standards. I mean, look, what Panda is saying here is like the squad, not the first team. But when you're vying for that position, we ultimately compare you to the guy in your position, and
Exactly. But squad wise, I think
yeah.
there is competition everywhere. Lah. Not just him. Like Fazli Mazlan from Selangor also is getting regular minutes, so he will be considered as well. And then
Mm,
Kedah also they've got their own local left back. Terengganu, the youngster Hairi Hakim is slowly getting minutes with the under. I mean, with the under 20 team is a regular, but now Terengganu also is a regular, so he also deserves a shot. So
mm.
competition is very good. But if you ask me to topple Kobinong, it's going to take a lot. Lah.
Game's
Oh,
getting a
what
lot
a
more
pass!
physical. Yeah. Physical but sloppy, lah.
Hmm. Oh, what a pass, man. Excellent.
Kion toying with.
That was anticlimactic, seriously.
Yeah. Is that Dominic?
JDT got their fourth.
Uh,
Guess who got the who scored?
is it
Hey,
Bergson
don't
again?
say who scored, To those watching the show, don't say who
Oh,
scored. I want to win again.
I'm going to say Bergson lah. Hat trick.
No,
Oh
honestly.
no. Ay.
So there's a double show today.
Hmm. So that's the thing. I thought it was a miss as well. It was a very good tackle in the end of the day, right?
To watch the replay
Very
again.
good covering tackle. Yeah.
Jackson atoning for his mistake, lah.
Hmm. No, but Dominic got bullied nicely, lah. Yo, lucky on that one.
Oh, Sazani thought it was Bergson. No, brother, it's Forestieri.
So
Now
just
we are
under,
already in
yeah.
match week 11. So, who would be your pick of the foreign players you've impressed so far?
Really, are we? how many
Mm.
how many people are you giving?
Huh?
I mean,
No,
how
no, I
many?
mean,
Um,
of who?
it has to be those two.
But Bergson has been there for 2 seasons. So, your take would be
Oh, you mean like
Forestieri.
like new
New
new?
this year,
Oh,
new
news.
signing.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that. It's interesting. Forest theory seems to be like,
No, for me, Hensel Forestieri.
yeah, it's like different class. Again, Bergson is again great, but that guy's class seems to be something else as well. So
No, the goals that he has scored so far in Malaysia has been
yeah.
excellent. Like mantap,
Hmm.
mantap. Wow. Ooh, yo. Hidalgo has been here for 2 seasons though. Last year he joined midway. But he's going through a frustrating phase with Pahang at the moment.
Hmm.
I feel sad for him actually. He's a very good player. And like in the last game against, they lost 3-0 against Negeri Sembilan. Imagine an attacker has to come down deep to get the ball. How frustrating that could be. So Manuel Hidalgo is going through the process with Pahang. So if you ask me, Pahang is to really buck up or they will lose a player of his caliber one day.
Hmm.
That's my take. Lah. I hope I'm not being politically correct. If you think I'm being politically correct, do tell. But if I have to be politically correct, then I have to be. No other choice. Wait, did Selangor score?
No,
No, suddenly you throw so. Hey,
I'm just
this
watching a
Embolo
very
guy is something else, huh?
very strange fast break.
Oh, என்னடா இது? Sorry, I said, what is this?
I think, I mean, look, lah. I can't imagine running the length of any pitch just at one time. I don't know how, but I think,
Wilkins should have made the pass.
mm, but it looked like he really kind of ran out of steam at the end. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
towards
going
the end, he
full,
ran out of steam. Yeah,
full
going
tilt.
full speed, full throttle.
Ah,
But he should have made because Sade was already making the run.
right.
Wait, something happened.
No, nothing much. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. That was a calamity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, not.
to be honest with you, he should have made the pass because there was a space, there was a channel that he could have made the
Yeah,
pass. Maybe he
yeah.
wasn't confident of making the final pass. Lah.
Right. Because it,
Still
it
running.
just it just
And
seemed
then
like
Sam also. Thank God he made those saves actually.
it's just like the ball was just like beyond his control. He could
Oh,
not
by the
just
way,
get
meet
it
my
in the.
father. I said hello to you all.
Hi, uncle.
Logan said hi.
Again.
Hello. Now 3 more minutes.
So you want to do a Gareth Bale? Thank God Benny isn't here.
Who tried to do a Gareth Bale? Oh, yeah.
Can I just say again? I mean, again, completely off tangent here. This is why Gareth Bale should not be underrated. It's not easy to run full tilt like that. Okay. Ah, yeah, Sadil, nearly. Never mind.
But was Bale considered underrated? No, right?
Have you forgotten our tragic conversation with Gigi and
That was
Benny?
Penny G.
That is, yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean,
Oh wow. Idiot, idiot.
no, it's a good part. I thought the idea was good. I thought the idea was
Idea
good.
was good, but then you could have made another step ahead with the run and all that.
No, but you see, that's the thing about him.
I
How
did,
amazing was it that he got past and managed to control the ball in that short space at the touchline, and that last thing, you're like a few more centimeters.
yeah, the few more centimeters is right. That's one thing about Sadil, you know, his touches are
Uh,
good and his technique. I
yeah,
mean, not I don't know technically what, but he's very confident with his skills, his cross
yeah, yeah,
control.
yeah. No, look, at the end of the day, if we get this draw, he has saved us,
Yeah, actually,
right?
yeah,
No one else has really, you know,
stepped up.
stepped up. I wouldn't say he's put in a consistent like even 8 or 9 out of 10, but it is a fantastic bit of skill, and another few seconds more, and my prediction will be right, lah. Remember, my prediction was
But
1-1.
I was expecting a high scoring game.
Well, you
Instead, it
see,
was a game
that's
full
the
of
no.
aggressive challenges.
That's the thing. You never said what is a high scoring game. One is more
3
than zero.
3,
Oh, okay,
2
fair enough.
2, 4 4,
I'm
5
trying to make
5.
sure you're right, to spin it in a way that you seem that you're right.
No, 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 I'm not. You take all the plaudits today.
The last trip, the Malaysia game, who had the closest prediction? Huh? Or we were too emotional to. I can't remember.
Oh, no, I did say that they must score for one.
Okay, all right, okay.
I think so.
We should keep track of this, like, okay, how many predictions have we got it right? So
So,
right
okay,
now it's 1
for
1.
Sabah versus Selangor, you got the prediction right lah. At the
Yes,
moment,
at the moment.
PJ City is going through a horrid night. 4-0. Okay, Logan's prediction.
Yeah.
Makbul.
Okay, lah. As I said at the beginning, a good result, lah.
Would you
Given the
consider
performance.
this a game of two halves? Means
No,
Selangor got it in the first half, then Sabah got it in the second. No.
no. Because I don't think we got it right in the second half either. We survived. We played better. But it was an individual moment of magic, lah, for me.
So to give you guys context, when Logan mentioned he's mentioning Sabah. He's from Sabah.
I don't think anyone.
So I just
I
want to
don't think you need
clarify.
to explain. I think the bias
No,
is so
who knows?
obvious.
Suddenly somebody says,
Fair enough.
Avi
Yeah,
pun
yeah, yeah,
pendukung
yeah.
Sabah ke apa ke.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I suka Sabah, tapi I suka Perak.
Yeah, okay.
But
No,
if you ask me, it was a KG affair.
Hmm.
KG affair. Selangor were guilty of missing several good chances. They could have killed off the game, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
Sabah, on the other hand, I think Kim Sui needs to really give a real talking to all the players.
Hmm.
Second half, they did a bit better, but still, we wish that certain moments they could have, capitalized on them, being
Hmm.
more smart with the decision making. So yeah, I mean, I would say 1-1 is a fair result, but I believe Selangor's coach would say no because he felt
Hmm.
his team should have had more goals.
No, look, if I'm being honest, I don't think 1-1 is fair. I think for me, Selangor, it's 2 points loss. For Sabah,
Mm.
it's 1 point gain, because but that's the thing, like, sometimes you throughout the season you're gonna have kind of bad games. It doesn't come together all the time, but if anyone watches Roy Keane, he will always say that in the end of the day, in the league, when you're not playing well, if you manage to get points, that's the sign of a really good team, lah.
Mm.
So
But I think in Sabah's case, they will be telling, look, it's an away match, so we got a
yeah,
valuable 1 point. Lah.
yeah.
Because for them, at the end of the day, they need to. I
Mm,
mean, I think Kim Si Rana will be telling that if you go for away games,
mm.
if you go for away games, results would be 1 point, 3 points. That's it.
Yeah,
Maintain, try to maintain that.
maintain exactly. Yeah.
Like Scott said last week, they want to make Larkin a fortress. So
Mm.
just maintain that. If they can do that, they
Likas,
will.
sorry.
Sorry, Likas. What did I say?
I think Larkin is already a fortress. You
Sorry,
don't need
sorry,
to
sorry,
worry
sorry,
about
sorry.
that.
Likas. Lakin also actually no, nobody is playing a Lakin now. It's Sultan Ibrahim. Sorry. Likas.
uh,
So he was saying that Likas has to be a fortress. So um, Yeah, I mean, if they can continue doing this, who knows? They
Mm.
might close the gap with JT. But if you ask me right now,
No, they will not.
JT, nah,
No.
I can even say that they can win the league now. By the looks of things, lah.
No, no, no.
No
I mean,
chance.
it's Panda. Will get to your question just a bit, but we're watching the replay of the Johor goals again. Uh,
Ah, what a finish on Buxom. Itu memang nice.
class lah. Our former para defender, almost getting emotional in his analysis just from his
Why
face.
would you say that?
No,
I
no,
didn't
no.
say
Just
so.
his reaction is like, ooh, just like ours. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so we're going to watch all the goals. I don't mind. Let's do this.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Fernando Ferrester's free kick was
Oh,
excellent. No
goodness.
doubts about it.
That's ridiculous. Look at how the ball is spinning after it hits the net. Ugh.
See, he took the free kick with just one step. One
Yeah,
free kick
yeah, yeah.
step.
Yeah.
This guy is not a player, man. He's a monster. Oh, you one step, G. How he got the power with that one step? Amazing, I tell you.
I was saying that maybe JDT are of course looking to win the Champions League, and as I guess assuming it may not be this season, but
Future,
not
yes.
yeah, yeah, not, but without wanting to get too far ahead of myself, could they not do it this season? It's
Never know.
you never know,
Never
seriously, with
know.
that kind of striking power. Wish.
Shivan should have scored that. Oh, you.
Yeah. Joshua, I was just about to say, it's like no, it's like you
No, no,
already.
no. For history. Ayo. Amma. I think so, lah. I mean, when you get that, when you're hitting that hot
Yeah.
streak and also you're getting the confidence, you can do anything, lah. I think these two are showing that at the moment.
No, it's really like, oh, what skill from Arif as well, right? And that.
The build-up was good. The
Yeah,
whole passing
no.
moment was good.
If you're playing this in FIFA, if you're winning like this on FIFA, right? It's time for you to night your level already, lah. It means you're already playing in professional. You need to move up to like world class or
I think
legendary or
I know
something
they
like
will
that.
be targeting the Champions League one day, lah.
Yeah,
This year, I don't know, but you know what? I think they can because they're making sound additions.
yeah.
They've got extra left back now, and then they're gonna get another top centre back. So never know. And the centre backs that they already have are really good. So I don't know. It's limitless at the moment with the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
they're moving and all. It's
Uh,
all yeah.
I mean that was at that point you suppose
Just
PJ
easy,
is already, yeah, yeah.
But if you know what, I have to watch the full game and see how PGST
Mm,
played because in
yeah.
the past PGST would have played a very conservative game, pragmatic
Mm,
approach. Devon would have done that, and Devon did that in Nether Simlan this season. Remember the
mm,
1-0 defeat, the
mm,
game that was extended for 10 minutes.
mm.
So I mean, teams now they have to be realistic. Like they have to take that approach. They have to take that approach. Like if Morris is going to
Yeah, yeah.
complain about it, let him complain about it. If you have to
Mm.
take that approach, you have to take it. No other choice. Perfect. You, yeah, lah, bro. I think I have to sign him for my fantasy. Lah, both these strikers now. Don't know what's
No,
the price like. Lah.
this is a very interesting question. The quadruple. I mean, can any team beat them in any of the cups? At this point, it seems like difficult, lah.
League, I do league. They are unstoppable now. But cup
Mm.
competitions, that is the beauty of cup competitions. You have that element of surprise. Remember what KL did last year in the Malaysia
Yeah,
Cup?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So that could happen also. So never know, never know. But if you ask me right now, the way they're building their team, they're looking at the number of games that they're going to play, they are aiming for all the titles. Maybe who knows this year Champions League. I don't know if it will happen this year or not, but maybe next year. Maybe next
Yeah.
year they might go for it
Yeah.
now. Because I was told that they're going to look for another player to play to be a backup to Leandro Velasquez. Who knows? That
Mm,
backup might be better than Leandro Velasquez. You never know. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. They're making sound investments at the moment. Like you see, people say they are throwing money,
Mm,
but that money that they're throwing, they are making use of that money really well. Stadium
mm,
chatting, training ground also there, and then
yeah.
players also want to join them because of the vibe and everything, and so on. If you see, at the end of the day, our clubs also they have to buck up in terms of look, get the facilities done, get the
Mm,
academies rolling, start building up things. You have to understand football infrastructure is not about just buying players and plonking them in the first team. You have to build
mm.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Principals are take that initiative. Like, I mean, now JT is spending money, but who knows in the future? Because
Mm,
they've got academies, so young players will start coming up. The RF
mm,
Aymans, Akir Rashid will come up. I mean, Akir Rashid came from Kadala. Arif Ayman was in EMD, but he
mm.
was signed by Johor when AMD didn't really want him. So they could have those kind of players coming up. So I mean, this one is a topic for another day, lah,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
we can discuss further. Actually,
Yeah. I
you
think
are right.
before
Clubs
we
are doing magic. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I think we before we wrap up, we missed up one question here. Your take on Jose Embalo's debut. I
So I'll
mean,
let Logan answer.
no, as I said just now, lah, I think interesting, very interesting because that kind of physical specimen is exactly like what you need to kind of rock a lot of local defenses, lah. He looked fast, he looked physical. Of course, I think this is his first game, right?
First game.
Maybe he had 30 minutes, something like that. So, interesting, promising debut. He made a nuisance of himself. So yeah, we have to see lah. I mean, Selangor were tough today. It was a tough challenge for him to come in and score points. So quietly confident and kind of excited lah to see how what it'll bring. What do you
I
think?
hope he gets goals, lah.
Yes, 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 as we know lah.
Why they let go of Neto? Because they wanted goals. So they
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
He has to deliver that, lah.
He
Now
has that
physically, he
pressure.
looks like you said, he is imposing.
Hmm.
He, he was a nuisance, lah.
Yeah, we
For
shall
the
see lah.
defenders, and so physically he's quite strong. So yeah, we shall see. Any
Yeah.
other questions asked?
Shazani said Daryl Sham. Sorry, we were talking about something
That's
else.
another
Yeah.
boy who's coming up from the
Yeah.
JDT system. So slowly players are coming up. They're going to come up. I mean, a lot
Hmm.
of people would say, TMJ beli pemain dari club lain and all that. Yeah, dia beli. Dia memang tak produce players dia at the moment. Tapi in the future, you will see Johor players coming up.
Yeah.
Like I said, the money that he has, the money that I mean, what he's doing with the money is right. He's putting it in the right places,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he can
Yeah.
he can be arrogant about it at the moment because he's
Yeah.
getting the
Because he's
results
doing the
now.
right thing. Yeah.
Doing the
Yeah.
right thing.
Uh,
So yeah, that's my
unassailable.
take.
Yeah.
Lah. But
Yeah.
I hope other clubs would start bucking up, like, in the sense that
Mm.
administrative wise you have to be better.
Yeah.
And you have to make players happy also. That is very
Mm.
very important.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
in JDT's case, they are making the players happy, and players are willing to go there even though they're not guaranteed minutes. That says a lot.
Mm.
Lah.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. So okay, I think it's yeah. Oh, we've crossed two hours plus already. Yeah, it's 11. So guys, I just want to say on behalf of both of us, like, thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you so much for watching it with us. We had a lot of fun. A lot of
Yep.
fun discussing a lot of things that weren't related to the game as well. Random stuff. I would say one last thing is from me is just to follow us on Twitter. I think all these little things are the below there. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Facebook again, not so much. But
Insta
hey, just
also
follow
lately
us.
not so much. We have to be
Yeah, yeah,
active
yeah.
as well. But no, most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube page.
Yes, 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 please. Because
Because
if
why I'm saying so is because if we have more subscribers, it will give us the motivation to further
mm,
get more guys, do lots of watch-alongs, and then there will be
yeah,
opportunities in the future. I mean, we want to think big, be big also, like, at the same time.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
one day. So
One day.
yeah, your support is invaluable, and I hope you hustle other people to follow us, lah.
All right. Yeah, and hey, Fami, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to everyone who commented. We really look forward to seeing you guys again, lah. Take care. Okay, and good
Thank you.
night.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye. Adios.